out. I can hear myself.
It sounded fine.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There's a shot here in addition to the drink. What's going on?
Huh?
What is this?
Huh? What?
Oh my god. Okay.
Shut up.
I kind of want to sing.
What do you want to sing? What's it?
I don't know. How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. As the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. As the sailor said, quote,
ain't
I
that a
got
hole
cookies stuck in my
boat?
throat.
My head keeps spinning. Breathe.
It was like way back here. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome to Lights, Camera,
Cocktails.
Cocktails. Oh my god.
My head keeps
Okay, I can
spinning.
speak. I can speak again. So that's why you don't eat cookies before the podcast.
Just wait, bro. Just wait.
Just wait. Okay, we are a podcast that pairs amazing cocktails with amazing movies, and Zenobia has made us two cocktails tonight.
Well, one
Why?
is just one is the cocktail, and the other one is something I made, and I wanted you to try it.
You made it for me?
Yes.
I feel so honored.
Okay.
That's
So
adorable.
well, let's just start this shit.
All right.
Okay. So
How you doing?
how you doing?
I'm a little tired, but running on coffee. So
He has a lot of energy right now.
Straight up full. We had a big Italian dinner.
Italiano.
Shout out to Palermo's over on Vermont in Los Feliz. Fantastic place. If you guys have not tried it, you need to. They will treat you like family.
It was good. Yeah, when you're there, your family for reals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real. That's where they probably. What is it called?
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden. I was gonna say breadsticks.
What's the breadsticks?
That breadsticks place.
They do have bomb breadsticks.
They straight up stole Palermo's real slogan. You walk in and some dude named Giuseppe just meets you. He's like, "Look at you, huh?"
Oh, eat. You need to eat. You look so thin.
Dude, they're so great there.
Well, yeah, we ate in theme of this movie.
Yes, we did.
And so this drink that we have upon us is called the Goodfella.
That's what it's called?
This is exactly what it's called. I did not make this up.
That is awesome.
So what we got in our cup here.
You're gonna like this guy. He's a good fella.
He's a good guy. He's a wise guy. He's a good fella.
He's a friend of ours.
So it's 1 ounce whiskey.
1 ounce whiskey.
1 ounce scotch.
Okay.
1 ounce cognac.
That yak.
And 1/2 ounce limoncello.
Wow.
And you're going to put it in a rocks glass with a whiskey ball, ice ball like we have here. And you're going to shake it up. And that's what the Goodfellas.
This is shaken?
Yes.
Okay.
Not stirred.
Fuck no.
So
I'm stirring shit.
let's try this. I haven't tried it.
All right. Let's try this. Cheers, sis.
Cheers.
You filled mine up to the brim.
Mine too.
Ooh. That's nice.
That actually is pretty good.
That's really nice.
I like that.
Dude.
I fucks with this.
Uh-huh. A lot. Oh, that's a good drink, you guys. The Goodfella is a damn good drink. You're going to like it. It's a Goodfella.
I didn't know. It was a lot of alcohol, and I was like,
Dude. I would order this at a bar.
Yes. Okay, so...
Hey, bartender, you know how to make a Goodfella?
You just tell them what's in it, and if they got it, let them make it.
Limoncello is probably going to be a little difficult to come by.
People garnish with a lemon wedge, but I was being stingy.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot about it, so we don't have a lemon wedge.
My friend, make me... Oh, hi, babe. Smashley's in the building, and I think she wants a drink.
Yeah, come try this.
You want to try this, babe? You got to get in the camera. She's not about it.
Ooh. That's pretty
That's
good.
really good.
All right, so you ready for a little bit of herstory?
On the good fella?
Yes, and on limoncello.
On the good ship. On the
So
good ship. I'm sorry, I'm out of my mind tonight.
he is feeling himself.
I'm suited up, yo.
He's suited and booted. He's ready. He looks good. Looking good.
I thought I'd dress up for the occasion. I'm sorry that I did not tell you.
You did
earlier.
not tell me earlier.
I apologize.
I'm
It's
just
been
wearing
a
my
long week.
Notorious shirt, so I
But
feel like that's a theme.
You are notoriously good at making drinks.
Thank you. So this drink came from a cookbook.
What?
Yes, called what is it? Pinot Pasta and Parties by Paul
Giamatti.
Savarno, who you might know as Paulie from this movie.
Love it.
Him and his wife, Dee Dee, wrote this book, and it has a bunch of Italian recipes in it, and this is a cocktail that he has in there called the Goodfellas, after the movie that he is in.
Okay.
So I thought that was really cool.
That's really cool. I like that a lot.
I was like, well, now I have to do it because the fool made it.
So his name is Paul Sorvino.
Savino.
Yeah.
You
were close.
I was in the neighborhood.
I just wanted to clarify just because the man made the drink.
And I'm sorry. And we're talking about your movie.
Paulie, I apologize.
I apologize. Please don't go
I'm sorry,
whacking me
Paulie.
on that.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to try my best to not do an Italian accent, but it's going to happen all over this fucking movie.
Hey, what do you want from me, huh? I'm a wise guy. I don't have the best, but I'm going to try. So,
just go with it.
I'm just going to go with it. And the more I drink this, I know I'm going to have a better accent. Okay, so limoncello.
Limoncello.
It is a lemon liqueur.
Okay.
And it is said that it's come from Italy. And it's come from different stories. Like some say that it came from monks that used to drink this in between,
in between prayers and shit?
Prayers and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Then there's also that people, like soldiers and fishermen, used to drink this to ward off scurvy. So...
I'm sorry, did you say scurvy?
Scurvy.
Scurvy.
Yes, there was pirates out there drinking this shit.
Yar, Steve.
And so they made this. So this limoncello that we are drinking today, I personally made.
Yes, you did.
So I went and looked at a lot of different recipes and videos and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And I figured out how to do it.
Okay.
So I took a mason jar that holds about 2 cups worth of liquid. And I got 4 really huge lemons from my neighbor across the street.
Thank you, neighbor.
And I skinned them, really peel them really fine. And you want to peel it so that there's not so much white of the rind on there. You just want it just kind of the pure of the...
Just the citrus.
Mm-hmm. And
Gotcha.
I put all of those in the jar. I squeezed some lemon juice in there. And then I filled it up with vodka. And I did this on...
shit.
I did this on Monday.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're drinking 4 different types of alcohol tonight?
Yeah.
In addition to having wine at dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm calling out sick to work tomorrow.
So you do that. And I did this on Monday. So you're supposed to let it sit out somewhere warmish, room temperature-ish.
Okay.
And... I let it sit there, and every day I would go and give it a nice good shake. Okay?
How many days have you been
This is the 4th day.
Oh, shit.
So when I got here...
Look at you. Look at you, huh?
So when I got here, I made simple syrup, and I put a little lemon juice in the simple syrup as well.
Okay.
And I poured that into a larger mason jar, and I shook the shit out of it.
Do you see what she goes through for this podcast?
Yeah.
The dedication. The love that she puts into these drinks.
Thank you.
And it absolutely shows. Like, you guys could try to make these at home, but if you don't put that kind of love into
You don't
it,
put the love in.
you don't get that feeling.
So I did all of that. I shook it and I put 3 tablespoons of honey in there.
Okay.
Shook it up, and I just put it in the freezer. Now you're supposed to strain the lemons out before you put all the simple syrup and shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want to taste it in like a week, so
Sure.
I just poured the simple syrup in there and strained out all the other shit.
Okay.
So like in a week I could try it, and it's gonna taste a little better.
I got you.
So that's what the shot is.
That's
if you
what
want to
this
try
shot is.
this,
This limoncello.
limoncello.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to us.
Oh, fuck, I'm nervous.
Right? I got my little Jessica Rabbit going on here.
Hey, now.
I mean, you didn't have to shoot it, but
Oh, was I not supposed to?
you can sip on it. You can shoot it. It's actually good for your digestive system. So after that huge meal that we just had, this is going to be good for that.
So we're going to have to finish this podcast in like 20 minutes.
So that is how you made limoncello, and I made homemade one. So you can too.
That
instead of spinning
wasn't
the picture.
that wasn't bad at all.
It's very
I was
sweet.
I was nervous about the vodka, but like I couldn't taste any of it.
Right?
That was
Very
really good.
sweet.
Mhm.
Good. So
It was sweet, citrusy, just like smooth.
yeah, and you can just sip on it. People put it in like a cognac glass and just
Yeah.
get their little sip on.
Like I still did that like thing, but you know I'm a bitch.
Yeah, you could put it in
Oh,
the freezer.
thanks for agreeing with me.
Yeah, you're a bitch. Big fat bitch. Okay.
Big old bitch.
So
Biggest bitch in the whole wide world.
Jason's a bitch. She's a big fat
Oh
bitch. She's
my
the biggest bitch in the whole wide world.
I
Stupid
love
bitch.
podcast day.
So, so in the late 1800s, early 1900s, when a bunch of Italian people were moving here to America,
Mm-hmm.
this is one of the things that they brought with them because it was very simple and easy to make.
Gotcha.
There's distillers out there in Italy that have been there for like 40 years, 75 years. Where
Still making it exactly the
Still
same.
making it the same way. But you can make it at home for super cheap. You can have it soak in the vodka and the lemon peels for like 4 days up to about a month. And I guess the month one probably makes it super rich.
Gotcha.
And when you buy like more of American made ones of these, they add a lot of like processed stuff and food coloring to get it that color. Or you could just make it at home by yourself.
Okay.
So yeah, so then it started becoming popular in the 40s because of mobsters who started owning Italian restaurants and bars.
Yep.
And what they wanted at their bars and restaurants.
I'm sorry, I still got food coming up in my body.
See, this limoncello is going to help you out.
My body's done. It's like, Jason, relax. You're doing too much.
And that's a little bit about the limoncello.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never heard of or knew what the fuck it was until this week. And now I made my own.
It's really good.
And cheers in this drink too.
Mm-hmm. This drink is really good. Oh,
So that's a little bit of history
might be my new favorite drink.
on the Goodfellas and the limoncello.
The Goodfellas. Thank you, Paul Sorvino.
Thank you. I didn't even know that you had this cookbook, but I want it now. But you have some fine, like,
Sauces. You know how to make sauce? You know, sauce for macaroni.
yes.
Different movie. We're not doing that movie today. But have we told the people what movie we're doing?
If you didn't guess by
If
the
you
name
haven't
of
guessed yet,
the
guys.
drink, because I picked this movie because I've been trying to,
There's really no, like,
literally as long as we've done this show, I've wanted to do a gangster movie.
gangster.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now this is my first one, you know. You look like a gangster.
Look
Hey,
at my
Mom.
shoes. Aren't they great?
Aren't they great? Yep.
We're doing
So-
Goodfellas, people.
We're doing good, fellas.
I have the music in my head. I've had the music in my head all fucking week.
Me too.
It's
Me too.
so good.
Soundtrack be bumping.
So good.
Let
And
me
it's
get
not
you.
even like the same style. It's like eclectic music.
Well, because it goes through the times.
Yeah.
His songs, the songs that Scorsese plays, just goes through the time periods from the 50s all the way to the 80s, so that you feel like you're engulfed in that time period. And he does that in a lot of other movies.
Of course.
Wow. Let me hit you with the stats.
I ain't scared of these stats at all.
Okay, good. So, Goodfellas came out September 21st, 1990.
Okay.
Dropping. So, yeah, that was a long time ago.
30 years ago, yeah.
And the budget was $25 million, which if
Healthy.
you made that into today's money, that'd be $49 million.
That'd be only Robert De Niro's fee. 25 million.
And it made $46 million, which in today's money is like $91 million.
So it doubled its money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not what I expected. I thought it might have made a lot more.
That's because this puts them on the map.
Yeah, that's true. Like
And
this
after
was.
that, people made sure that they were there.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I see.
So, Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
You ready?
Why are you laughing?
Critics,
Uh huh.
96%.
Fucking right.
Audience, 97%.
Yeah, buddy.
Zenobia, 100% again, because this movie is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It is so well told. It is not only so well told, but it's about 80 to 90% accurate to the story, the true story of
To the
fucking
actual story.
Henry Hill's life.
Yes. So this
And
movie is based off of a book, you guys, if you don't know.
are you...
No, I'm setting it up. You just got to knock it out.
Hold on, there's a whole page on the book, girl.
Gosh, you
I
told
got
me
it.
you only wrote 3 pages.
I did, and one of them is about the book.
Don't
Okay,
Don't
I
lie.
did. Look, 1, 2, 3.
Front and
Okay,
back.
four. I lied. I had 4. I'm sorry. Okay, but yeah, this movie is just
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
so well done.
So perfectly crafted.
Crafted. You're engulfed in this world. It's another
Mm-hmm.
movie that I just love.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful movie. Every attention to detail has been addressed, and it a quote from Mr. Paul Sorvino in regards to our great director Martin Scorsese when he did not win Best Director for this movie. Said that it was I think he said it was a crime. He said, "What does a guy have to do?"
Departed.
Yeah, he did win. He did win for Departed. I don't remember who won in 1990, but damn if he didn't deserve it.
He has deserved it so many times. But yeah, this one, it's just so beautifully. I believe that this movie helped me fall in love with film.
Yeah,
Not just movies, but film.
Sure.
And making of it and just, looking at it, it's not just watching another mobster movie, which there are some really beautifully ones, like Godfather is
Sure.
really beautifully done, but it's more like theatrical than like real.
yeah,
And this one makes you feel like, dang, these fucking dudes.
yeah. Then that was kind of Scorsese's thing. He did not want to make just another mobster movie.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be as accurate as possible, not only to the book, but to how he experienced it growing up and what he witnessed.
All right. Before we get all up in this, you know what time it is. Let's grab this fucking Goodfella
I don't know
drink.
what time it is. I've been drinking.
We'll grab that drink
Got it.
and get ready for the motherfucking drinking game.
Ooh.
Yes.
The motherfucking drinking game.
The motherfucking drinking game.
Dude. I don't know if you can take a simp on this one. You might just want to take a sip.
All right.
Because you want to, not just because you've got 3 different forms of alcohol in here, but because you just kind of want to savor this thing.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, I was worried about the drink, but this one is pretty good.
I'm a little worried about the drinking game.
You should be, because this movie is pretty long, and I picked some really good drinks.
Okay.
Okay, so take a sip or a sip, however you feel. When someone gets killed,
Yikes.
if I'm not mistaken of how many kills, there's 10. And I'm not saying that you just see the killing, but you see the body.
Okay.
Because when fucking Jimmy is cleaning up and you start finding bodies in trash cans and fucking freezers,
Yep.
those ones count as well. So take those as simps.
Okay. I don't know if it's only 10. I think there's more than that.
There might be more than that.
I'm pretty sure there's more than that.
But yeah.
That's a good one.
There you go. You gonna take one simp when the guys are at the diner. The airline diner.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So when they're there, he's like, stealing trucks, waiting for phone calls, doing meetings.
So, not to interrupt you, but 1990's winner was Oliver Stone for Born on the 4th of July. I saw it. I liked it. I think Martin Scorsese should have won.
I was about to say. Oliver Stone, you will be on this list because Natural Born Killers is
We love you.
one
However,
of my favorite.
Sorry. That's
Thank you for that fun fact. I like that. Okay, so you're going to take one simp when someone says, pay me or pay him.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a bad week? Fuck you.
Pay me. Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't do that? Fuck you. Pay me.
Uh-huh. Oh, the house burned down, huh? Fuck you. Pay me.
And when you can't borrow any more money,
you light a match.
and you set that motherfucker on fire.
I love their conversation in the car. It's like, I haven't even asked you yet.
No. Some Drew broad. Can you believe this? She doesn't want to go over to Italian.
Prejudice against Italians.
Can you fucking believe
I do a lot of favors for you, Henry. I'm trying to bang this broad. Come on.
Can you help me out?
Can you help me out? Fucking joke.
They're like, oh shit, the place is burning. We gotta go.
You see?
Yes. So take a simp.
Okay.
You're also gonna take a simp. This one's gonna get ready to get fucked up. When someone gets hit or kicked.
Wait a minute. What about all the times that Jimmy is kicking somebody? You just got to keep the glass up?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's getting hit and he's getting kicked.
When they're stomping out fucking Billy Bats.
Uh-huh.
Where he's fucking Henry goes across the street to the neighbor and beats the shit out of that motherfucker.
I swear to God, on my mother, if you touch her again, you're dead.
You're dead, you hear me?
Don't shoot.
I know.
That little fucking guy.
Well, I'd be scared too. This guy, we're just sitting here fixing the homie's fucking car.
Yeah.
And this dude shows up out of nowhere. It got real quick.
Uh-huh.
They were, oh, don't you? Yeah. Some girls would have left
guy
as soon as
peed a
their
little.
boyfriend gave them a gun to hide.
But I gotta admit, it turned me on. Oh my God. She's so good.
It kind of turned me on too.
Fucking movie.
I know. Okay, so you gonna take a simp when someone has a drink.
Nice.
Drink on the house.
Yeah. No. Drinks are on the house.
On the house, yeah.
I like when they're in jail and he pulls out the wine and Paulie's like, all right, now we can eat.
Now we can eat.
We got the wine. That's pretty good.
You take a simp when Henry gets busted by the cops. So this happens about 3 times.
Yeah. Hey, you broke your cherry.
Hey.
Dude, it's like,
lessons.
for them, it's like going to fucking graduate school.
Don't say a word.
You know?
And never rat on your friends.
Mm-hmm. Look at me.
He's like, I thought
Never
you'd be
rat on your
mad.
friends. Are you mad? What are you talking about, mad? I'm proud of you.
Proud of you. Even Polly was there waiting for him. Hey.
Everybody was out there, dude.
They're like, Henry, oh yeah, we gonna go to this. And they gave him the shady fucking
Wait a
lawyer.
minute, little Henry got pinched. Hey, he's graduating.
Just sitting there putting fucking 20s down in his fucking pocket.
Dude, that's so great.
You gonna take a simp every time Henry does drugs.
Ooh, okay.
This is coke. This is
Pills.
fucking pills. So
Popping those pills.
He's fucking taking those Norcos like it's like candy over here, like he's Wolf of Wall Street. So anytime he does that shit,
Another Scorsese movie.
you like that?
Just a little.
Thank you.
Zenobia fades back.
Well, Scorsese's one of my fucking favorites.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to have him on our show. Like he's a guest. Come on out, Martin Scorsese.
Marty,
everybody.
I just want to thank you for being here. I know you didn't
you.
want to say much on this podcast, but just you being here is just fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, your mic's not working? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know,
We hear you.
he's just here to grade us.
You ever seen him just sit there and not say something? Come on.
No, he talks so fast.
He talks so fast. I would love. People who talk fast,
Think fast.
they think fast, and they keep me on my toes because I got to be listening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're going to take one simp when Henry names a new wise guy. So when he's going through the bar and he's naming all the people, he's naming Polly's brother and the people who owns this and the people who owns that and all the people. That was bad.
I like when that's a nice just romanticizing of the lifestyle, you know. And everybody's got a nickname. Everybody's got their first name. Everybody's got a nickname, and it's like.
What's 2 times?
Jimmy 2 times.
Jimmy, go get the papers. Get the papers. Yeah. Every time you talk about all of them, I love their responses.
All their personalities are in their name.
He's like, yeah, you know, I talked to that guy. You know,
I took care of that thing for you.
Don't worry. When I see him, I'm gonna get him. You're like, yeah. What are you guys talking about? I love him. So all those dudes, and that goes throughout the whole movie. He pretty much talks about everybody.
That makes me wonder if De Niro borrowed that when they did A Bronx Tale, because they do a similar thing in A Bronx Tale.
I mean, he learned from the best.
Yeah, with Frankie Coffee Cake and Jimmy Whispers and all those guys. He may have just borrowed that from Scorsese. I
like it.
It's a good, you know, if you're gonna borrow,
it's
borrow
the best way to, you know, introduce your characters and even throwaway characters. You know, most of the people he names, we never see him again.
Always see, some of them,
like that one shot of him going through the bar and you introducing everybody.
Yeah,
we don't see anybody.
We don't see Jimmy 2 times again.
We see the first 2 or 3 people, but that's it.
Yeah.
After that, they're just, you know, part of the gang.
Like we see Homeboy that was in The Wedding Singer afterwards. You know, all those guys.
Yeah, he stays around.
Well,
all right, so
until he ends up in the freezer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you're gonna take a sample when Jimmy pays people off. So when he's handing out 20s, here, you know,
sticking 20s in the guy's wallet. You may know who we are, but we know who you are.
We know who you are.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he was paying the bartender to keep the ice cold.
Yeah, that's right.
When he's paying people off, he has Henry a fucking 20, which I looked up, and in 1955-56, $20 was like $180.
Yeah.
So he just handed you $180 just because.
Yep. I like when he shows up to the table. Here we go, guys. The Irishman's here to take all you guineas money, and then he throws down like a G.
Can I give you a fun fact before I forget about the money?
Go for it.
All the money in this movie was real, because Robert De Niro did not like the feel of fake money, which I don't blame him. So the prop master took like about $5,000 of his own money and had it as props. So at the end of every scene, no one could leave set until all the money was accounted for.
Dude, that's fucking dope.
Yeah. So you gonna finish your drink when Tommy is a funny guy. Yo, you're a funny guy.
What do you mean I'm funny?
Like haha, like I'm a clown?
Funny? Like the way I talk?
Am I here to amuse you? No, I'm just saying
no, he's a big boy. He can speak for himself.
I'm just saying, such like
a fucking great scene.
The way you told the story, it's like, you know, funny.
Funny how? That's it.
He's like,
get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I almost had him. Yeah. Was he not shivering over there? You muttering, stuttering pick, you
son of a bitch.
I don't know, Henry. You may fold under questioning.
You're a funny guy.
I like when he dives on him. You really are a funny guy.
He's like, no. And he like fucking jumps on him. You know how to put that in there. It's one of my favorites.
It's fucking great. I'm going to tell you a little something about it later.
Okay. You gonna finish your drink.
What the fuck?
Because this is another one of my fucking favorites, and me and your sister have been saying this to each other all week, okay?
Oh, hi, sis.
So you gonna finish your drink when Karen goes to 2R to yell at Janice Rossi and 2R, you are a whore.
Oh my God.
Is this a superintendent? Yes. You have a whore in 2R.
Oh my God.
That is literally one of my favorite.
Oh, Jesus. You stay away from my husband.
Get your own goddamn husband. Yep. Janice Rossi.
That's fucked up.
And Tua. All right, so
Let her do it. Let her do it. Let her bring all this shit in for you.
he's like, "Are you kidding, Karen?" All right, so
Dude.
you gonna finish your drink when they go into witness protection, and it's all over.
Yep.
That's when you gonna finish it. You're like, "Oh shit." I almost said the 80s because the 80s, as soon as it becomes 1980s, I like hate the movie. I'm like, damn it, y'all fucked everything up.
I mean,
You don't. I don't hate the movie.
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It is a hell of a drug.
It fucks up your life.
Stop doing all this drug. It's fucking up your brain.
Mm-hmm. Turning your mind into mush.
Mush. I knew he wasn't gonna take the guns.
I knew he didn't want to take the guns.
But he made me go buy the guns.
Uh-huh.
He's all pissed.
I'm not paying for this. But I can,
He's all in his
my
bathrobe.
Pittsburgh Connect loves guns. He'll take them.
He'll take them. So, you got anything to add?
Do I have anything to add? I don't know if I do.
I
That's
did a
good
good
one.
one. I did a good one.
Oh, I do have one. I have one. So this is more of a filmmaker's thing.
Oh my god.
But take a simp anytime that there's a extreme close-up on something. So I'm talking about when there's an extreme close-up on the hammer of the gun. There's an extreme close-up on the garlic getting sliced.
Okay.
There's an extreme close-up on the key going into the keyhole. That kind of stuff.
The sauce.
Because Martin Scorsese loves doing that. And I think it's fucking fantastic. And I will accept it's not quite an extreme close-up, but it still qualifies, like when he hands off the gun to Karen, the bloody gun.
Okay.
That's still a close-up.
All right.
So anytime there's a close-up,
Extreme close up.
take a drink.
Sip it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the motherfucking drinking game.
The motherfucking drinking game. Oh, I miss Seth.
Seth, come back. You would really like this drink too.
He would.
He would really like
He would
this.
really enjoy this drink.
I got you next time you come.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was trying so hard not to interrupt the drinking game because there was so many things, and I was like, "Oh, I know something about that." But we'll get to all of it.
this movie is another one that has a shit ton of fun facts.
So much that
don't
we're not going to get to.
Don't be mad.
Blame us, people. It's on our minds, but the fact of the matter is, you're not going to sit here with us for 4.5 hours.
You might, but I don't want to because I'm going to get extra drunk.
Yeah, and your boys got work tomorrow.
And I got more
Drinking to do.
drinking to do. Yeah, bitch. All right, so before we start talking about this fantastic movie, I want to talk about this book.
Okay.
You ready?
Tell me about the book.
So in 1985, author Nicholas
Bats. Just kidding.
Pileggi.
Show me. Pelegi.
Yeah, girl, I did it. Brr, brr, brr.
Say it with confidence.
I know. You know how I am with the names. As soon as I say her name, I'm like, And the movie director was Martin Scorsese. Like, even if I know it, I feel like I don't even know it.
I mean,
okay.
it's Scorsese.
See? Already fucking it up.
But everybody calls him Scorsese.
You know what I'm going to call him?
Marty.
Ooh. Yes. Marty. So, Nicholas Pileggi, he's a true crime writer, and he wrote this book about Henry Hill's
Mr.
life.
Henry Hill, based on a true story.
And it's called Wise Guy, Life in the Mafia Family.
Okay.
So what we are seeing is this movie.
My life.
I know. Don't.
Dude.
I'm trying not to sing.
That's pretty much the song that's been in my mind.
Life is but a dream.
You do it so much better than I do.
Okay, so Henry Hill, he was born in 1943 in Brooklyn, and he was one of 6 kids.
Brooklyn!
Stand up. And he didn't have a good early childhood. He suffered from dyslexia, ADD, ADHD, and back then no one knew what that shit was.
Nope.
No one knew how to handle that. So
He's hyper.
they just thought he was a fuck up in class and didn't want to learn when he just had problems learning.
Mm-hmm.
Like myself, who is also dyslexic. So, so when he was in school, he was fucking up, and no one was there to help him. So his dad started to abuse him, like they show in the movie. And this is all because he didn't.
Because he wasn't excelling in class.
Yes.
That's some fucking bullshit.
Henry said that he didn't learn his alphabet until he was in his 20s. So that kind of shows you that
that's extreme dyslexia.
I mean, back then. They didn't have,
they didn't know how to address it.
Yeah, they didn't have the phonics of showing people who have a learning disability an easier way for them to memorize these things. They just thought, hey, this motherfucker just don't want to try.
Telling you people that hooked on phonics.
I did it as
you
a
ever
child.
Do hooked on phonics?
I sure did.
Dude, I remember
the whole box
that.
set. Mm-hmm. It helped me read. It did.
Bro.
And look here. I'm on this show fucking up names. This is the best. Everything else is spelled correctly, though. So
hooked on phonics.
Yes. So this kind of fucked him up on his, growing up.
Sure.
And he got a job that he loved working at the
taco stand.
Taxi stand across the street.
That was actually
at a young
close.
age. And the reason why this meant so much to him is because at home and at school, he's told that he's a fuck up and he's a loser and he's this and he's that. Mm-hmm. And when he's working with these people, they're telling him, attaboy, you're good, you're doing good. He's
getting that positive reinforcement that he's been craving.
He has been craving that shit. All that respect that he wanted is basically what he get.
I got you.
So he pops this cherry at 16, getting busted. And, he learned the ways.
The ways of the wise guys.
Of the wise guys.
Okay.
But in 1960...
I gotta lose this jacket. It's too fucking hot.
Get it off.
I'm not a wise guy.
Hey.
I'm not used to wearing these suits
I got some
day.
friends that want to see you take your shirt off, so...
The fuck?
They talk about how cute you are.
It's not where I thought this conversation was gonna go.
You're taking something off. That's where my mind goes. So, around 1960, Henry was like, yo... I'm trying to get the fuck out of here, and I kind of don't want to do this wise guy life anymore. So he joins the Air Force.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
See? Not part of the movie, but he joins the Air Force, and he pretty much gets in trouble for fighting.
Huh.
He's a bad boy out there.
Once a wise guy, always a wise guy.
And he gets discharged in 1963, and he moves back, and he
falls right back into
it.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I have some more shit, but I feel like we can hit that stuff
as the night progresses.
Okay. But that's pretty much a little bit about the book. I do want to read it.
I would love to read it. It sounds like a fantastic book. And it sounds like one of those books that if you just come across it, you have to finish it, according to what I have learned about it so far.
Being that it is based on
Excuse me.
Being that one of my favorite movies is based off of this book, I am so willing to fucking...
Yeah, absolutely.
Read it.
And I mean, Martin Scorsese himself said that he didn't want to do another mobster movie. Mm-hmm. And then he read this book and was like, okay, if I can create this movie, that could be something. Babe, what are you doing to Robin over there? Robin's being antsy. Sounds like you're pissing her off.
So, yeah. Martin got a hold of this book. Uh-huh. Loved this fucking book. Mm-hmm. So he cold called the writer.
Yep.
And he was like, hey, girl.
That's not what he said. I don't think Martin Scorsese's ever said hey girl in his life.
I'm sure he has. Not to another man, but he's probably said hey girl to some girl. He said, I just want to say hey girl again, but I won't. He said,
hey girl.
Hey girl. I've been waiting for this book my entire life. Mm. And Nicholas said, I've been waiting for this phone call my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was done from there. They were like, we doing this shit.
Mm-hmm. There was no official deal made, but at the same time, there was a verbal deal made.
There was official
he's
deal.
Like, I can't like buy your stuff right here, right now. But he's like, that's all right.
But I'm coming for it.
Yeah, it was almost like one of those Jerry Maguire moments where it's like, I don't do contracts, but you have my word, and it's stronger than oak. Fucking liar.
I was about to say, that's a bad example.
That motherfucker lied.
That was a bad
This
example.
writer did not.
Fuck. He's like, what about your word?
I love my son. What do you want from me?
You know what I want? To do fucking Jerry Maguire now.
That's a good one. Well, hello, somebody. Oh, that's a different Cuba Gooding Jr. movie. God damn, my mind's all over the place. Who's your motherfucker, Jerry?
You're my motherfucker.
So yeah, they did. They started writing, and Martin Scorsese worked with him, even though he had never written a screenplay. So he felt. What's the writer's name?
Nicholas Pileggi.
Nicholas Pileggi. He felt unequipped to write a screenplay, but they worked with it hand in hand, and they got it to where it needed to be very gracefully,
I don't think I would feel bad. This is how I would feel, especially working with Marty.
Uh-huh.
I would be like, okay, all I have to do is get the bones of the script.
Yeah.
He's gonna change it.
If anybody,
he's gonna change it anyway.
Is there to teach you the format of writing a script? Martin Scorsese would be the one.
Beginning,
however, he hadn't written
and
a screenplay since Mean Streets.
Scorsese?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean he doesn't read them all
No,
goddamn
of course,
day.
like he knows his shit. I'm saying like he hadn't written one since then.
Mm-hmm.
The other things were already written.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So I guess maybe I wouldn't say that he hadn't felt as passionate about a movie since then that he wanted to do, but it's interesting that he chose this particular movie to be the one that he goes back to writing.
What's your favorite Scorsese movie?
Don't make me choose.
Top 3.
Oh, fuck. Goodfellas is definitely up there. Departed is definitely up there. I love Casino, but at the same time, I love Wolf of Wall Street. I love Raging Bull. Those are the ones that just immediately come to my mind.
Okay, let me stop before you say all of the movies and I don't have anything to say.
You will always have something to say.
True. Yeah, no, all the ones you named. Casino, definitely. Casino and Goodfellas go back and forth on which one is my favorite out of both of those because
I think it's like that with a lot of
they're
people.
so good. And they're like, I feel like they're a continuation, even though it's completely different characters.
But they're in the same vein.
They're in the same vein. But they're like, in different states and everything is different. One is dealing with, just stealing shit. And the other one's dealing with skimming money off of the fucking casino. They're two different things, but they are just so intertwined in my movie that I fucking love it. But I also love Wolf of Wall Street, Aviator. Ugh.
Oh, The Aviator, yeah.
Departed, obviously. I love Cape Fear. I mean...
Yeah. So, Departed is the movie that Scorsese finally won his Oscar for.
Yeah.
For Best Director. Like you said earlier, that Martin Scorsese is one of your favorite directors. He's also one of mine. He's one of the directors that I study.
Me too.
In terms of his way of doing things. He's a master at immersing you in a world. Usually it's a mobster world, but at the same time, in Wolf of Wall Street, he does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
In Raging Bull, he does the exact same thing.
Aviator?
And
that's not
he
even
puts
like
you in that situation, and he does it very, very gracefully. He's a master at rhythm.
Yeah.
So you'll notice that the music that he chooses isn't always congruent with the scene. So like some scenes, you got Jimmy and Tommy beating the shit out of somebody, damn near killing them, eventually killing them, whatever, what have you. But at the same time, it's the song that is chosen is romantic, and in doing so, that juxtaposition of violence and a romantic song makes it very sad, but romanticized at the same time. It's just, you don't quite know how to feel.
He does something that, you know, other directors like Quentin Tarantino do, where their songs are another part of a character in their movies.
Yep.
And their songs are so embedded in their films that when you hear the song, instead of thinking of the artist or even the video of what this is, you think of fucking
movie.
Yeah, you think of Mr. White cutting off fucking or Mr. Blonde cutting off, you know, the dude's ear.
Oh, yeah.
Or you think about, you know, Joe Pesci coming into the cornfield and getting his fucking head beaten in with a bat. You know, when House of the Rising Sun comes in. That is one of the most
brutal things I've ever seen.
Anytime I hear House of the Rising Sun, no matter who the fuck sings that song, that image comes in my head. You know, and he does that, and he does that in this movie as well. You know, with all these songs, you hear them, you're like, oh, God, you're so good. You're so good. You bring me back to your movie when I haven't seen your movie in like a year, but the song comes on, and now I'm back in your movie.
You know why he's so good? Why? He's fucking prepared.
I know.
Everything has been addressed.
Yeah.
Every attention to detail. Like even when they're writing and he's getting ideas and he has somebody typing for him, because apparently he writes longhand or freehand or whatever it's called.
He like
exactly,
writes the
just
hand.
like you.
He has like a notebook.
Just like you. So he'll have somebody else typing, but he'll say like,
it's a good way to get it
write
out.
this in right next to there. And it's like, people don't know what it is, but he knows what it is. So it could be like the name of a band or the name of a song or something like that. Like he is editing and creating the movie in his head long before the cameras start rolling.
Yeah.
So some of these shots, like what you were saying earlier, the shots where Jimmy is just killing everybody, they were playing the music on set while they were filming so that they can get the same rhythm, because he knew what song he was putting into the edit afterwards.
Boom, boom. I do love it because they do a nice long shot of all the cops outside the truck. Like, what the fuck's going on? And then the truck, as soon as the camera gets there, the doors open.
Yep.
You go through, it's all cold. There's a bunch of meat hanging. And in the back right corner, we got a motherfucker hanging on a hook. Took 2 days to thaw him out.
Yep. For the autopsy.
Some real shit. Dude. Bodies were all over the place, man. And that's cool. I did not know that he plays the music, because it is very, like the scene that I just said, you know, it is very fluid and it goes with the music so well that, wow, that makes sense. Can I give you a fun fact about Scorsese?
Absolutely. Well, please give me a fun fact about Scorsese.
You probably know this fun fact, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. So, Martin Scorsese, he grew up in the Bronx. The Bronx? I think it's the Bronx. Or Brooklyn. I think it's the Bronx. Anyway, to Italian American parents who are super awesome. And he, as a kid, had asthma. And his mom, being the overprotective, loving Italian mom, was like, no, you are not going to go play stickball out in the fucking street. You're not about to go running around with your brother. So on Saturdays, she would take them to the movies. And every Saturday was his movie day. And that pretty much made him fall in love with film. He said that was his weekend schooling.
Yep.
And so I relate to that, as like I told you, I have Sunday movies that I would watch all Sunday, fall asleep to wake up, restart, you know, go eat dinner, come back.
Why can't we do that anymore?
Because we have jobs and shit.
Well, we gotta go to work and shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
But
I would love to wake up tomorrow morning leisurely and watch the next movie that we're putting on the podcast with
Teenage me did that every Sunday. And one of the movies, along with Casino and
Take advantage,
Shawshank,
you crazy kids, you teenagers that don't have to work just yet.
Yep.
Watch them movies.
Watch them. Goodfellas. I did fucking West Side Story, Gone with the Wind, Rent. These were the movies that were like on heavy rotation on Sundays. And this was one of them. We actually talked about this a couple weeks ago with Shawshank Redemption. The director said that every Sunday he would watch Goodfellas to help him with the voiceover part of Shawshank and a bunch of other things. So I totally get it. Scorsese says that he still, I don't know if still, but till quite recent, would still have Saturday movie day with his daughters, and their friends would come through, which I definitely would. And I would make my kid come. I'd be like, look, you better go over there and learn something from that fucking man.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, they get an education that they don't even realize is an education. So, can we talk about Mr. Scorsese a little bit?
I thought we were.
Yes, but even more so about his filmmaking and things. So apparently on this particular movie, he was very detail oriented. He paid attention to absolutely everything. Nothing could be. He would send actors back if their wardrobe wasn't perfect.
Okay.
If their tie wasn't done right. I'll tell you this right now. He tied Ray Liotta's tie every single day because it had to be done correctly. It had to be perfect.
He made sure that Robert De Niro had a matching watch with every outfit that he fucking had.
Yeah.
Because that's the way fucking Jimmy was in real life.
Dude, yeah, for sure. Not only that, he believed that nobody knew how to iron and prepare the what was it, the collar?
The collars of all the wise guys' shirts.
Correctly, other than his parents.
So
his parents were on set every day, hooking up everybody's ties and collars.
I'm about to make a drink, but now I gotta stop because you opened Pandora's box, and I'm ready to talk about it. So not only was his parents on set,
Say it.
Pressing fucking collars, but they were also on set making food.
Yes.
And not only do they make food for this, but made food for a lot of his movies. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, even the ones that they weren't on or in, they would come and make food for the cast and crew.
Sure.
Because they're just
that's the parents that they were.
What an Italian mom doesn't want people to eat. A good one does. And his mama was a good one. Yeah. So not only were they doing that, but you see their faces in this movie. So Tommy's mom,
so cute.
She's the fucking cutest. Tommy's mom is in the movie. Tommy's mom is Scorsese's mom in the movie. Woo! Start it up, do it again.
Have you been drinking a little bit?
Just a lot of it.
Just a lot of it.
Yeah. So Tommy's mom in the movie is Scorsese's real mom in real life. That cute little lovely lady. She's like, I can't not while he's in the house. No.
Yeah. No, I need to see him.
I need to see him.
I can't sleep. No.
Yes. What's with you, Henry? You never talk.
Yeah.
You remind me of this guy that used to meet with my parents all the time. It would be like, Frachenjo, how come you don't talk? You never say anything. And he goes, what am I supposed to say? That my wife 2 times me? And the wife goes, shut up, you're always talking. But it's said in such a nice way. That's like one of my... In Italian,
so fucking cute,
it's so
dude.
Nice. Yeah, she's the cutest.
And apparently he didn't direct her or him. He just let them go and told the actors to improvise around them and work the story in.
Do you know what he did tell his mama?
What?
He said, okay, so this scene. Your son's coming home. You haven't seen him in a long time. You cook for him. You just spend time with them. She has no clue that they just killed somebody and that there is a body in the back. And so his mom has no clue that that's actually what's going on in this scene.
Yeah.
Until she sees the movie.
Yeah.
Isn't that the cutest thing ever?
Really, the only direction he gave her was to lift up her painting and to show it to them. And then they worked it into the movie.
And you know whose painting that is?
Whose painting?
That is Nicholas Pizan. Fuck, now I don't remember his name is.
Pileggi.
Nicholas Pileggi. His mom painted that.
Oh, that's sweet.
All in the family in this one.
All keeping it in the family.
Speaking of in the family, not only is Mama Scorsese in this movie, but so is Papa Scorsese.
Yes, he is.
And you see him twice in this movie.
Dude, he's fucking
He
awesome.
is the old man with the big ass glasses in the prison who's making the sauce. He's
I
like,
felt he uses too many onions, but it was still a very good sauce.
Hey, not too much onions. I don't put
I
too
didn't
much
put
onions.
too many onions. How many onions put? I put 3 small onions. How many cans of tomato sauce? I put 2 cans. That's too many onions.
Too many onions. So yeah, so that is Scorsese's cute little dad. And that sauce is made by his mom. The sauce that is at the very end when Ray Liotta's in the 80s worrying about his sauce. My brother, I feel so
Keep
bad.
stirring the sauce.
All he's been seeing is been looking out for helicopters and stirring sauce. That sauce is made by his mom.
Okay.
You also see the dad in the scene where Tommy gets his.
Yep.
He is one of the hitmen that takes Tommy out.
Yes,
So,
he is.
of course, he kept it on the family. I hope he paid his mama and daddy good.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure they got their SAG cards and all that shit.
They're in a lot of other things that aren't his as well. So
Are they?
I actually kind of looked, I think, her more than him.
Catherine and Charles Scorsese.
Scorsese.
My apologies.
I'm
I've
sorry.
been drinking.
I'm black. I'm not Italian. I'm sorry.
I'm not Italian, but you know, I try to be every once in a while.
Hey.
I look more Italian than I do Mexican.
I look more Mexican than Italian.
I'll take that.
Okay, Latin.
So yes, he did cast his mom as Tommy's mom. He cast his dad as what was his name? Vinny.
The onion
I
guy.
want to say his name was Vinny in the movie. And she never like faltered or got like starstruck when she was working with like Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro or anything like that. Apparently in her mind is like, my son's making a movie and these are his friends. That's really cool of her.
How many movies do you think that she's fucking catered to food for? How many of these people
Since he was probably in high school, I would say.
have come over to his house and constantly, oh yeah, mom, this is my friend Bobby De Niro. You know, he's cool. You know, we're just making
He's a
this
friend
little
of
film.
ours.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I hope they showed up to their funerals because they did pass away, sadly.
Yeah.
But they were old as fuck in 1990s. So I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
you
mean,
want.
Scorsese is what? How old is he now? 70.
79.
Yeah, he's close to 80. So,
Something like that.
yeah, if they're still alive, that's a miracle, and I want to know what they're eating and drinking.
The Goodfellas.
The good
That's
fellas.
what they're drinking.
Don't you dare top me off. I can't handle
Just
it.
a little left in it.
Go for it. Oh my god.
No, I won't
I
do
apologize
it. I
to-
won't do it because I don't want to hear you bitching at me tomorrow.
I'm not gonna, well,
He be bitching. He be like, girl, you got me fucked up and I had to go to work tomorrow.
you're not gonna see me. I got a 12-hour shift. I'm gonna be gone all day.
Yeah, but I'll see you later and you're retired and grumpy. Okay.
That's a possibility. Okay. So, on the evening, opening night, Scorsese still wasn't done with the movie.
Come again?
That's kind of the way a director's mind works. There's always something to improve upon. They had, so they're all dressed in like their suits and their bow ties and all that stuff, and they're sitting down and they're screening the movie for everybody. And he's watching the movie and he's elbowing, I want to say it was Henry Winkler. That was, not Henry, is that his name?
The Fonz?
No,
Because that's
Erwin Winkler. I think it's Erwin Winkler.
I don't know. Henry Winkler is the Fonz.
Henry Winkler's the font.
Was it him?
No.
Okay. Just
It
making
was
sure.
Erwin Winkler, if I'm not mistaken. He elbows him because he's sitting right next to him, and he's telling him, we should have cut that scene. He's talking too much. See, I knew it. I knew we should have cut that scene. And he just looks over and is like, it's opening night. Marty,
There's nothing we
it's
can
too
do,
late.
bitch.
Just relax. Let it go.
You
It
can
is
do
what
the
it is. It's
director's
a great
cut.
movie.
Calm the fuck down.
And apparently Marty had to like laugh at him like, okay.
Well, can I kind of tell you maybe why he felt that way?
Why?
I mean, besides him being a perfectionist.
Of course.
The the studio was nervous about this movie
Mm-hmm.
because it was so violent and there was a lot of bad language
Sure.
that they used. So when they went to preview it, like, it was the worst numbers that Warner Brothers had ever got in their history of any movie, at least at that time.
Sure.
And Martin said that the numbers were so low, it was funny. Like, he like laugh cried.
You gotta laugh.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's sad.
He's just like, we got a negative. They just don't get it. So, but after it was released, even though there were some things that fool really wanted to cut, the critics loved it, and the audience loved it, and especially over time, the audience definitely
Over time, it's
loved it.
become a top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah, and it is definitely on my top 5 of all time.
Yeah, I agree. So there's a lot of actors in this movie that we're not going to get a chance to talk about because it's a big ass fucking cast, and there's a lot of actors that were very successful before this movie. There's some that were not known at all that were very successful after this movie.
Half of the Soprano cast is in this motherfucking movie,
Yes,
y'all.
they are.
That's
Yes,
why The
they are.
Sopranos is so fucking good, because Scorsese found the verse.
And as usual, my dude is in this movie. Samuel Jackson is in this fucking movie.
My nigga.
You gotta give an
motherfucker-
honorable mention.
That motherfucker, you right. This was before that motherfucker became that motherfucker. So he has a very small part, which I don't like because the fucker.
They kill him.
Well, one, he was a dumb motherfucker. He
Yeah.
fucked everything up,
He fucked up.
and his fuck up
Left fingerprints on
pretty much
the steering wheel, and
it was the camel that broke the straw's back, and it just made everything go to shit. Everyone had to die after that because you done fucked up.
yeah.
Not only did you fuck up royally with that, but everybody else is spending their money like they're fucking Rockefeller over
Yeah.
here buying
Don't
pink
fucking
ass.
spend the money.
What did I fucking tell you? I told you don't spend the motherfucking money. And what are you doing? You bought over here
Buying
in
a fucking Cadillac. You're
It's in
buying a
my-
$20,000 mink coat.
It's in my mother's name, though. We just got married. It's in my
Are
mother's
you
name.
fucking stupid or something? Are you stupid?
It's in my
Are you
mother's-
fucking stupid? And he just gets in his ass. Like,
It's
he
my
makes him
mother's name.
feel, he regresses him to a little boy.
And he don't even give a shit. He does this in front of their ladies. Like, not even like, come over here. What the fuck are you doing? No. He's like, you are showing
It's
me
his
this
ass
fucking
on the
Cadillac.
line. Go to jail for life.
The fur coat. Henry was smart. All he did was buy an expensive Christmas tree. Ain't nobody gonna motherfucking see.
Yeah.
I got the most expensive Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That's fine. No one's gonna see that. You're not driving it down the street.
He bought the necklace for his wife. But
to
it's
be
Christmas.
honest,
It's
honest
Christmas.
with you, he could have bought that
Yeah.
without the score.
Yeah, he absolutely could have.
Everything that he could have bought,
Uh-huh.
he could have bought before this.
He did it subtly.
Yeah, he did it
You know?
because
And he like
I got
gives
a bonus.
gives her the necklace, Merry Christmas, and he pulls out the wad of cash
Happy
and Happy
Hanukkah. Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah. She black. Maybe it's because I relate.
Happy Kwanzaa.
I relate to Karen so much. I think that if I was a mobster wife, she's the one I would be.
She is strong. She is opinionated. She is reliable. She is a beautiful, beautiful portrayal of a Italian wife to a mobster.
I mean, I love when these movies show the strong women.
Mm-hmm.
Even Godfather, who has the crazy ass sister who be just starting shit.
Adrian.
But yeah, Adrian. But by the time you get to the third one, she's like old and shit. She's just like, I'm helping run this family too. Fuck.
Uh-huh.
You know, like I like her journey.
Sure.
But like, if I had to choose who I would be if I had to be in these things, it'd be like Karen and the wife from Ozark. They're very both like, okay, this is the situation I'm in. How do we all get what we need out of this?
Yeah.
It's, you know, she's hiding guns and packing coke, and she don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, before we get to Karen, we gotta talk about we're gonna start with my little buddy Spider.
knew you were gonna
Michael,
say this.
since you were talking about Sopranos, Michael Imperioli plays Spider in this one.
Spider.
Is the bartender.
Fucking
he's
rat.
he's not. You know, he doesn't rat on anybody.
Whole family of fucking rats.
That's right. He does say that, even though it has yet to be proven.
I don't know.
He's Henry Hill for the next generation, basically.
Yeah.
You know, but he's getting guys drinks and
No,
that, and the other.
I thought you said Spider.
I thought you said you were all right.
No, I
No,
am
I'm not
all right.
fucking all right.
You ain't all right.
Uh-huh.
No, I thought you said Spider. I'm all right.
Now he's moving. Dude, shoots him in the fucking foot for no reason.
Damn. Okay.
Which shows how crazy Tommy really is.
You want a fun fact? I know you know this fun fact, though.
Give me that fun fact.
So Spider getting shot scene
Uh-huh.
just in the foot. He throws himself back so far that he slams his hand on the bar and it hits a glass pitcher, which shatters, and it cuts his hand so bad that he has to go to the ER.
That sucks.
And they tell them, I think it was De Niro.
I guess that was a one take.
I think De Niro tells them, like, it's okay. I mean, just think of it this way. You'll tell it on, like, The Tonight Show one day.
Mm-hmm.
Which he does once he was on The Sopranos.
There you go.
He talks about that time. But
you know they pay homage to this movie on The
they
Sopranos
sure
with that
do.
shit?
Mm-hmm. Spider gets his revenge.
Yes, he does. Michael Imperioli plays Christopher on The Sopranos.
He does.
And he straight up shoots the baker in the foot.
He's like, you shot me in the foot. And he was like,
It happens.
It happens. What, shit? Sometimes. Yeah. Or you just get shot in the motherfucking foot. Yeah.
Dude, that's so great when that fucking happens.
I love that scene.
That's just straight full circle.
But the next scene where he does actually get shot, killed.
Oh, that's fucked
And,
up, dude.
you know, Jimmy is joking with him. He's like, hey, Spider, yeah, don't put up with
Don't take no shit for nobody.
This one's for you. He's putting the fucking money down. He's, what's the world coming to?
And he's like egging on
Tommy.
He's
And
like,
Tommy,
you gonna just let him say that? You're gonna take that?
What's the world coming to? And he
fucking
fucking shoots
unloads
him.
on him, dude.
So, that whole haggle scene is improv
Of course.
by the men.
Scorsese is a fan of improv because you know why he's a fan of improv?
Because the actors he picks are good.
Because the actors he picks are good, but also because he has a rehearsal process.
Yeah.
He knows
has to
what's
work it out.
trying to be accomplished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He knows that the improvisation is their interpretation of what he already wrote. And therefore, the story still gets told the way that he wants it to.
Okay.
I love Scorsese's ability to direct and work with actors and collaborate with everybody. There's nobody that can't come up to him if they have an idea. And that's a great, great quality for a director to have.
That's what the actress, what's her name, who plays Karen, she said that.
Mm-hmm.
She said, you know,
Lorraine Bracca.
She said that it always felt like I could come and talk to him and bring my feelings of things to him and not feel like I was stupid.
Sure.
So, yeah, I get that, and I appreciate a director who lets actors have a mind of their own.
Mm-hmm.
They spend hours thinking about just one character. You have hours thinking about this whole entire story, but all I have to do is spend my time thinking about this one person over and over and over and over, and what they would do, how they would do this. Especially if they're a real person. I'm really doing research.
Yeah,
I'm finding
absolutely.
this bitch, finding people who knows this bitch.
However, he didn't want them to meet the actual people.
That's fine, but
he didn't want Ray Liotta to meet Henry Hill.
But he
didn't
allowed them
want
to talk to
De Niro to
people
meet Jimmy Conway.
who were in that life, who were friends with them, who were there. You might not talk to Henry, but Ray Liotta listened to tapes of him being interviewed.
Apparently, the motherfucker was chewing chips the whole time.
I read that. Yeah.
Chewing on potato chips. So, which I guess is a good thing.
I love chips.
It's a blessing in disguise because then you get Ray Liotta's voice, not Ray Liotta's voice trying to interpret Henry Hill's accent or something like that.
I listened to quite a few interviews of Henry Hill, and this motherfucker cusses a lot. Like, he'll be like, yo, we walked into this fucking restaurant and this fucking waitress was here. And, Paulie gets out of the fucking car and he goes over to her and he was like, what the fuck? And he beat her with this fucking bat, like this waitress. He beat her with a fucking bat. Just a fucking waitress. Yeah. He just beats her. And then he gets back in his fucking Cadillac. We drive down the motherfucking street. That is like how the conversation is. So, I mean, I would want to take a lot of that, but I'm not going to sit there and have every other word be fuck. It takes the meaning out of fuck a little bit, you know?
It takes the weight out of it.
Literally, I am paraphrasing, but I am pretty much telling you exactly how he said it. Mm-hmm. And you just be like, fuck, dude. You're just telling me this quick story how Polly gets out of the car and beats a lady with a bat. You said fuck 27 times. You know? So
that's the life.
That's the life. That's the fucking life.
So
Can I give you a fun fact that has nothing to do with anything, but I just want to throw it out there?
Before you forget it, go for it.
Are we moving on?
Sure.
Okay. So, fun fact. So when Tommy gets his tab at the club for $7,000, do you know how much $7,000 is?
I know how much it is now.
No, I mean $7,000 back then in the 60s. $7,000 today in 2019, 2020. Would be $57,000.
Oh my god.
That's just to put a hold on like what his fucking tab was.
$57,000 here, Tommy.
That's why he had to come up to him and talk to him, man.
Fuck, dude.
That's like a month worth of fucking profit there, dude.
That's more.
I mean, I don't know.
A year's worth of profit, probably.
So in some places.
In 1960?
1960, yeah.
Yeah.
So
dude,
that's a lot of money.
Crazy.
This guy, he wants me to baptize his kid. Yeah, I'll do it for $7,000.
He's such an ass.
Or for $57,000. Yeah, he was an ass, but I was like, how much money is that? I mean, $7,000. It's a lot of money. Yeah. But it's not a lot of money, you know. But back then it was a lot of money. I mean, now it's a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of money.
I ain't got $7,000.
I don't have $7,000
lying around.
I've never had $7,000 at one time ever.
I have, but it doesn't. You know, it usually goes somewhere very quickly that you've been meaning to put money towards in the first place. Like even right now, I need to come up with $7,000 in order to join this union that I've been working for.
Damn.
Yeah, initiation is $7,000.
It's not $57,000.
Thank God it's not $57,000. It's not
1960s. All right,
so before we get too jumbled into these actors and everything, something that I want to talk about is the one shot at the Copacabana.
The famous ass long one shot.
Yes. So this is one of the first times that actors had. This is back in 1990, and very few sets had a Steadicam, let alone a Steadicam operator.
I mean, we've talked about like
Garrett Brown before.
In Boogie Nights, we talked about the fucking long shot.
The one shots. This is one of the most famous one shots in all of cinema. This is what people, filmmakers now are trying to recreate, and they're doing a bad job of it usually.
AKA Swingers?
Did they do it in Swingers?
You never seen Swingers?
I've seen it, but it's been a while. I've seen it like once.
Swingers not only does the shot, but they talk about the shot in the movie.
Oh,
they do a nice like circle around table talk about like Scorsese's one shot of him going through the blah blah blah. And basically even fun facts that I'm about to give you now, but then they go to their, swinging like big band kind of club, and they go through the back door, through the kitchen. Hey, you guys are always back here. Hey, go up the stairs.
Do they really?
They do the whole fucking thing into the fucking club.
I'm only halfway done with this drink, and I'm feeling good.
I'm on drink 2.
Fuck, how do you do it? That's dedication right there.
I try not to get up, because as soon as this is over and I stand up and the blood starts flowing,
Bloop.
Yep. It only takes me about 20 minutes. I'm in bed. So yeah,
This scene.
one shot was only done because the Copacabana, which it's supposed to be and it is filmed at, would not allow them to use the entrance of the building.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were like, yeah, you can film in here, but we don't want you coming through our front doors, which is kind of shitty. And he could have just kind of did something where, you know, you don't actually watch them come in, you just see them in there. But he wanted it, so he decided that he was going to do this one shot all the way through.
So he rewrote it.
He rewrote it so that they would go through the back door.
Blessing in disguise, dude.
See everybody. So that is the Copa. Is that so open?
I don't know.
If it is, I doubt it is.
Probably not, because if they had allowed him to shoot the main entrance, it would have become iconic, and people would have been like, "Oh, that's the Copa," and it would still be around today.
Motherfuckers.
Shot themselves in the foot.
So they did the scene, going through the back, going through the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Every time I'm back here, you guys are back here. Don't you guys ever work?
Every time, you two.
You too. You just fucking mess with people was done. So do you know how many times they did this?
Yeah, 8 times.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because they would get all the way through it. They sit down. What do you do? I work for construction. All that fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you
they
don't
would
feel like you're in construction.
No,
I'm a union delegate.
I'm a union. Well, they would get to, you know, the end.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who tells the jokes would fuck up his line.
Aw. He's not even on camera.
He is on camera. Not the whole time, but he is on the camera because he says...
they pan left.
Yeah, take my wife, please.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. He kept fucking it up, so they had to keep doing it over. Cut!
That's...
Well... That's always I think of when people have to redo things over and over.
She's asleep right now. She would love to hear me sing that song. Let's go, little sweetheart.
All right, next year, we're starting the year off with Bio Month.
Ooh.
And that's one of them.
That's interesting.
That, what's love got to do with it?
What's love?
Salinas aquí.
Wait a minute, you choosing all of January? What the hell is going on here?
Walk the Line. Ray.
I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby.
I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. I'm just throwing them out there. I don't know.
Okay. Well, so I would like to stress that even back in 1988, 89, when they were filming this before it came out, the Steadicam was not at the... They hadn't perfected the mechanism yet. Yet this shot is so smooth and so fluid that you don't even realize that the camera is moving. Like, they had to orchestrate this very, very well.
It starts
from moving around actors, following across the street. Like, somebody is holding this and they're walking.
It starts from across the street.
Mm-hmm.
The very first shot is him handing a close-up of him handing the keys over to the dude.
You got to rack focus and everything. Well, I mean, they're...
It was like a
somewhat... Like, they're not shallow.
No.
So, like, there's a lot of things that are in focus.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have to rack focus a little bit just to keep
But
Ray
you hardly
and
tell.
Karen in focus.
Yeah. It's a beautiful shot.
It's absolutely beautiful. And his ability to move around the waiters, around the kitchen staff, around the people, the extras that are like making out in the hallways, around the people that are setting down the table. Like, everything is timed perfectly.
It's a dance.
And that is why everybody tries to recreate it. But they don't realize that the reason that it is done is to showcase this new life from the perspective of Karen.
She's like,
she's being introduced into this life. She's being introduced into his ability. Mm-hmm. Like, he is 21 years old at the time, something like that.
Everybody's turning around looking at him.
Everybody wants to be his friend. Everybody is opening doors for him, and not only physically, but theoretically, or what's the word? I'm drunk. Metaphorically.
Okay, that one works.
Yeah. he had the world at his fingertips at this time.
I mean, I have totally done the Henry Hill and go through the back, but not because I was like cool, only because I was trying to sneak in. Like, that is it.
He's not sneaking in.
He's
He's
not
just
sneaking
jumping
in.
the line.
He just don't want to stand in line.
Yeah. You gave him your keys? Yeah. He watches the car for me. It's faster.
It's faster than parking.
It's quicker than parking it at a lot. Safer too. Yeah. So, filmmakers out there, if you're gonna do a one shot, make sure that there's a reason for doing the one shot. Don't just do a one shot to prove that you can do a one shot.
Like in Boogie Nights,
it ruins your film.
He does that amazing crane one shot.
And it's introducing everybody character. There's
in the movie.
Reason for
That's
it.
exactly what I was about to say. There wasn't just a like, hey, but it was like you are rolling into this world of porn in the valley in the fucking 70s.
Absolutely. So that's enough on me and the whole filmmaking thing. I get off of Jason's Tech Corner for a second.
Jason Tech Corner. All right, let me give you a fun fact before you move on.
I was going to talk about Paulie.
Yeah, this one's a short fun fact. I'm sorry, all Italians. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So, there were real mobsters in this movie. They would have them as extras, so you get that authentic feel of these fucking dudes. So, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
And they were hired as extras, but they all gave fake social security numbers.
Nice.
So I'm not quite sure how anyone got paid.
Oh, don't worry about it. They had access.
They got paid.
They got their money.
I'm sure they got paid.
That's fucking
just
awesome.
Just not legally.
That was way. Not giving me my real social security number.
What do you think I am?
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Marty is like...
That was one of the reasons why it was so easy for Henry to disappear, was because he never paid taxes. He never had, paperwork. He didn't have any paper trail whatsoever.
He didn't work nowhere.
He had his birth certificate and his social security number.
No, his birth certificate and my rap sheet. It's the only thing that would show that I was alive. Prove that I was alive.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
W-2s, W-9, what the fuck is that?
I don't even pay taxes.
Oh. So... Paul Sorvino.
Paulie.
Plays Paulie.
Our bartender for the night came up with our cocktail.
Yes, thank you so much, because this is a great, great drink. So, first and foremost, Meisner actor. I got to throw it out there. Shout out to all my Meisner actors out there. He did not believe that he could do this role.
I read that.
Yeah. He was very, very nervous. He thought that he was going to fuck up this movie.
I mean, his character is not like the rest of the characters. Like, Paulie didn't have to move for anybody because...
Yeah, he didn't move fast because he didn't have to move for anybody.
He didn't have to fucking do it.
Absolutely.
So, you are the silent but strong type. The father figure.
It's in the eyes.
Tough guy. Yeah. And when he's just sitting there, he's got his fucking napkin tucked
into his napkin.
Shit.
He doesn't give a shit.
He's eating his
what
bread.
Was it, a sausage or something like that?
And he's just
looked
sitting there.
Fucking delicious.
It did. He's just
all this fucking food.
We just ate a bunch. Dude.
I want more. Especially after drinking.
I know.
But he didn't believe that he could do this role. But at the same time, he wanted so badly to be in a Scorsese movie that he said yes to it anyway.
Do you know that the night before he was scheduled to shoot this, he called his agent and was like, I can't do this, man. I just don't think that I'm mean enough or tough enough to, do this. And so the agent was like, all right, give it a day. And just really think about this.
Yeah.
So Paul goes into the mirror and he starts looking at himself.
It was like a spinach in the teeth check or something like that, right?
And he did the look. The look that fucking Paulie does. And he said it scared him.
Yeah, he scared himself.
He's who the fuck is that dude? Well, maybe I can do this.
Yeah.
And he did do this.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
To be honest with you, even if I didn't think I could do it, I'm still going to fucking do it.
You're still gonna do the best you can.
I'd rather be a fun fact that Martin Scorsese hired me and then fired me because I couldn't do it than me quitting.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, he scared himself in the mirror, and then after that, he's like, okay, that's Paulie right there. That's his look. And now that I have it, I can do this. And apparently, after that, it was like smooth sailing. He understood. Not only that, this fucking guy would tell. He would tell jokes to the guys in the cast if it was serving the scene before the camera started rolling.
There is some.
So like there's scenes where like the guys are like laughing about something in the very top of the scene. He would throw out his own
bunch of
different jokes that he had in order to get them in a laughing state before the camera started rolling, before they called action.
Real laughter, man.
I don't have that many jokes. I don't know about you.
I would just start telling. I heard that like his jokes were good, and then they got worse and worse as he started.
As he had to go deeper into.
Yeah,
the
he had
bag.
to do different jokes. They probably turned into the corny dad jokes for him. Was like, and they have to just pretend it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
you know what I'm always gonna remember him as? Daddy Capulet.
Yes. Yeah, he's Juliet's
He's
dad.
Juliet's dad. Yeah. I give you to my friend.
I guess we need to do that movie. I guess we
Romeo and
talk. I feel like we talk
have
about
talked
it a lot.
about it a few times.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. We'll see when we can fit it in. We ain't going nowhere. Shit, we got time.
Hey man,
It's already buried in cinema history.
I'm just trying to,
We'll dig it out of the vault when we get to it.
We'll get to it. That's why these free months are fun, because then I just get to throw movies
You get
out
to
there
just choose movies that are
that I
like
just love.
that you've been waiting to talk about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, I would have thought that you would recognize him from Law and Order.
Boom, 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 boom,
Check you out.
He plays a lawyer, doesn't he?
I don't know. I just know that he was in it. It's not my show. It's your show.
One, I'm pretty sure he's from just Law and Order, which I am not as versed in as in SVU.
Okay.
But I am. I have watched a lot of those.
Okay.
But not the entire series like I have.
I got you.
Well, no, I'm a season and a half behind.
Apparently, he loved working with Scorsese.
Duh.
Apparently, the reason why I noticed, I had to dig a little deeper after listening to an interview of him, and he's talking about acting, and he's talking about acting is doing. I was like, oh, this fucker's got to be a Meisner actor.
Yes.
Later on, after doing my research, I realized that he is, because that's one of the things about Meisner is the reality of doing. But I thought he did a fantastic job. He, like they say in the movie, he didn't move fast, but that's because he didn't have to move for anybody. He was the strong, silent type, but when it was time for him to speak, you fucking listened.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he did have a personality. He was the boss, but he wasn't a greedy boss.
No. He wasn't a mean boss.
He wasn't a mean boss. He was a doer.
Literally, he has one rule.
He's sitting there making brats.
The one rule is
grilling sausages.
Don't fucking deal drugs. That was it.
Yeah, and he had an open mind about it too. He's like, you know what? I know what you did while you were on the inside. It is what it is. You did what you had to do. But now that you're out, I've got you a fucking job. I don't want to see that shit. And he nailed it home. Like, the thing that I appreciate about Scorsese in this particular movie, probably in other movies as well, is that he lets the camera keep going. He makes sure that the audience feels just as uncomfortable and as ashamed as Henry Hill does, or as what's his name does for buying the Cadillac. So he allows the actors to keep going, and that's why Ray Liotta gets the slap in the face. He's like, hey, I'm not fucking kidding around here. Don't fucking do it. Don't make a jerk out of me.
Do you know?
I know what you were doing.
You know that Paul improvised that?
Did he really?
And Ray didn't know that it was going to happen.
Of course not.
So the surprise
but
look
he's professional enough to let it happen and work with it.
The surprise look on his face after he chose, and he's like, okay, yeah, no, I'll let you know. Like, if anybody is real, because he didn't know that Paulie was going to fucking
I'll do that every once in a while. I won't slap somebody in the face, But if I'm like across the table from somebody like that, I'll slap the table. If I feel like they're falling out of the scene,
I don't mind the slap.
yeah,
It works for the scene
if it
because
works for the scene,
he is a mob boss.
he is
they're
his
Italian.
superior.
That's kind of how they,
Absolutely.
fucking deal with each other. He sees him as like a son or like, a nephew kind of deal where I can just like slap you up a little bit.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's not even a hurt or threat thing. It's like, pay attention. I'm serious.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you've seen me do this. Do you remember when we were filming that pilot series and we were doing that in that scene with that lawyer and he was pretty much phoning it in?
He was.
And then I straight up had to slap the table because we're having the conversation. He's phoning it in, and then I'm just like, "Hey," and I improvise a couple of lines, and the last of that scene was okay, but the next scene, the next take is the one that we used.
Because he was alert.
Yes, exactly. Because now he knows that I'm going to do something, that I'm going to invest in him. You can't just fucking wait for your lines.
Yeah.
Meisner, what's up?
Paul did a fucking good job, though. He made you see.
He really did. I loved him in this movie.
Can I give you another fun fact before you move on? Are you moving on, or are we done?
We're moving on.
Okay, so...
There's not a lot of people in this cast.
Do you know what the first scene that was shot in this movie was?
I don't. You've got such an adorable grin on your face right now.
Because this is such a really fun fact.
Okay.
So the first thing that was shot in this entire fantastic movie was Maury's wig commercial.
No.
So Scorsese was inspired by
fucking Morty. I need my money. I want my money. I want my money.
I did what I had to do. I want my money.
Then go tell him.
You gonna tell him? Then shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. Are we gonna talk about Maury?
I mean, we can.
Okay,
he's not one of the main cast, but yeah, we can.
After we talk about this brief fun fact, I just want to talk about the character, not necessarily the actor.
Sure.
Okay, so Scorsese was inspired by this low budget commercial that ran in New York City back in the, I think, 80s for window repair company.
Okay.
So what he did is that he called this guy named Stephen R. Paca, the owner of the company, who did these low budget commercials. And he hired him to write and direct this commercial and edit it. So Stephen wrote and edited and directed Maury's commercial for his wig company.
That's fucking great.
So this is not only the first shot that is in this movie, but it's the only shot of this movie that was not directed by Scorsese.
There you go.
So I thought that was great. He picked this so that it would look and feel authentic, which it does. It feels fucking Maury feels.
It feels very.
Don't have a wig that just comes off and it's like
that fucking thing. And then Jimmy comes up behind him and he starts to fucking choke his ass out, and immediately that wig comes off.
So funny. So funny that Henry had to stop and laugh because he's like, I just watched your commercial and now your wig's off. You said you could jump in a pool and you could have a hurricane storm, but you can't
get strangled by a telephone
fucking
wire.
Jimmy's ass. It don't work. Yeah, his character is annoying
awful.
As fuck.
Absolutely awful.
He is the dude
that
should
Maury.
never be part of the mob because he talks too goddamn much.
Too fucking much.
He demands too much.
Jimmy even says it. You think Maury talks to his wife, tells his wife everything, and she gets fucking whacked. Doesn't
no.
she? No. She doesn't.
She doesn't. But she comes. She ends up coming to the house, and she's like, "I haven't seen Maury.
I haven't seen him. He hasn't come home." And he
always comes home.
He comes home in the last 27 years. There hasn't been a time that he doesn't come home.
That's my dad. If he didn't show up, something's up.
Absolutely. So Maury's played by Mr. Chuck Lowe.
Chuck Lowe, you did a good shitty job of being that fucking shitty dude that you don't feel too bad about that dies.
Yeah. Sadly, he did pass away in 2017, 2 years ago. But he was 89 years old.
Hey. Almost fucking 90.
Yeah, he got up there.
Yeah.
So
he did a good job of just non-stop nagging for money.
God, he's such a
and not
fucking
only
ball breaker.
did he get his money, but once they learned out how much money they actually got, he wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking with the wrong people.
Yeah.
You're fucking with the wrong people.
You're a fucking
And your
store
death-
owner, dude.
And unfortunately, I have to say that even though he was like a fucking cocksucker, his death is probably the most like peaceful. It was very quick.
It was very quick.
Very
Straight
quick and
ice
unpain-
pick in the back of the head.
Very unpainful.
Uh-huh.
And it was over.
And immediately, Joe Pesci is joking around. I might as well fucking let him drive.
God, you just won't shut up.
The fuck you doing?
Yeah. I had one more fun fact
Okay.
before we moved on, because we just talked about Spider.
Okay.
So the studio wanted to cut Spider's murder scene
Yes, they
out
did.
completely because they thought that it made, Tommy very unlikable.
Yeah.
So Scorsese and them had to go to the company and was like, yo, dude,
That's the point.
the point is leading up to these good guys, these good fellas are good fellas.
Yeah.
They just kind of rob people. They kind of kill. They don't kill innocent people. And Spider pretty much is innocent. I doubt he's killed anybody.
He hasn't killed anybody yet.
If anything, he's doing is bartending and moving cars and picking up something, dropping off something. He's not even doing anything. He's pretty much innocent.
Yeah.
So
He's Henry at 16.
yeah. So for Tommy to just blow him away like he was nothing, it changes the movie, changes the tone of the movie, and makes you
Changes your perception.
your
of Tommy.
perception, which it just makes me love Tommy even more.
Sure.
It just makes, I know that's awful, but it just makes me feel like,
I mean, the
what a
character
fucking
itself.
badass.
Yeah, absolutely.
You think it's the first fucking hole I ever dug? Huh? Yeah, give me the
fucking hole.
Yeah, where's the fucking shovel? He don't give a shit.
So we've talked about him a few times already, but we haven't put a name to him. Frankie Carbone is the one that is driving the car. He's the one that you see in the beginning.
Yeah.
He's the one that's speaking Italian as they're like introducing everybody. He's
Yeah.
got that fucking thick
What is that
hair.
hair?
It's
What is
like
that hair?
puffy. It's like feathered
He's like a
Italian
poodle hair.
pulled back hair.
So weird.
He is played by Frank Severo.
He's also Adam Sandler's cousin.
He is
in The
Adam
Wedding
Sandler's
Singer.
cousin in The Wedding Singer. Me and your sister, we used to be wild.
You used to be
Yeah,
wild.
we got through some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But now that thrill is gone.
It is.
I don't know what I said, but I said something. All right, enough. I'll take care of the kids. Go out.
He was a great brother-in-law.
He's a
He
great
really
brother-in-law.
was. Really is.
He's the one that ends up in the freezer in the end.
Yeah.
Great fucking actor.
He didn't do nothing. And
Yeah.
the thing is,
By this time, it was just Jimmy's like, should I pay him or
just
kill him?
kill him, everybody.
Yeah.
And he's one I feel like you should have just paid because he
He was
he-
loyal. He was a soldier. He was Italian.
to be honest with you, he probably was involved in all of those murders because all the ones that we do see, he is there.
Yeah.
So he
Also,
what?
the scene where they kill Samuel Jackson.
He's there making coffee.
He's there making coffee. That was improvised.
He was like, take that coffee to go.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's walking out with the coffee.
I thought you said take it to go. Yeah.
Yeah, he just went along with it. So he shoots him and he's like, all right, hey, we're out of here. Let's go. Get that coffee to go.
So that's what I feel.
It's a figure of speech, but he's literally walking out with the pot of coffee.
Yeah. I feel like out of all the people that Jimmy had murked, he was the one that...
He was the one that maybe you should not have killed.
You should have kept him. But his wife did have the fucking fur coat.
He did buy the fur coat.
He
You're
bought
right.
the fur coat, so
That's his one fuck up.
he sealed his deal on that one.
Damn it, Frankie.
He could have bought the bitch a fur coat and told the bitch not to wear it to the Christmas party with all the other dudes.
Right? But no, it's not about that. You gotta show off a little bit.
Just a little.
So who you want to talk about first, Jimmy Conway or Tommy?
Do you want a fun fact now or after we talk about Jimmy?
I want it now.
Okay.
I like my dessert first.
Okay. So we're going to talk about Jimmy.
We have dessert.
Oh, from the
We got
restaurant.
that tiramisu.
Oh, shit.
I forgot about
Lights,
that.
camera, cocktail.
We're out, y'all. Shit,
Okay.
I could just set it up right here, right now.
I mean, if you want to
Basically.
grab it while I tell my fun fact, that's up to you.
Tell you a fun fact. I'm gonna get you some tiramisu.
So, Billy Bats, in real life,
Hey, babe, you want some dessert?
she sounds gone. She sounds gone. So, Billy Bats, in real life, he didn't go out the way that we see him in the movie.
No, he did not.
So, the way that he goes out is because Tommy,
What's the matter? The mustache too big?
oh, you fucking got me. Okay, so he didn't go out like that. So Tommy almost kicked his ass, like killed him, when he beat the shit out of him with the butt of the gun. And this gun, he hit him so hard in real life that this gun pretty much crumbled in his hand.
Yeah.
So is why you would think that he is dead before you put him in the fucking truck. They kind of show this when the gun goes splatting onto the ground and it's like in pieces. But the real reason, not only being that, you know, Tommy had some beef with him, because she did. I don't know if it's about go get your fucking shine box or anything like that, but he did say that he, you know, they had some tiff.
Yeah, they had a situation.
And Henry had to hold Tommy back from beating his ass, and he didn't beat his ass. But months later...
Keep that motherfucker here. Keep him
here. Months later, Billy Bats, after him getting out of prison, he wanted his old gig back, which Jimmy had, which was like a loan shark.
Oh,
bits.
he wanted Jimmy's job.
He wanted Jimmy's job.
Ooh.
So what happened was that Billy went to jail, and so Jimmy took over his loan shark business. What the fuck was that? He took over his loan shark business, and when Billy got out, he wanted his motherfucking business.
He wanted his
back.
job back. And that would affect the livelihood of Jimmy, of Tommy, of Henry. Yeah,
So,
that wasn't about to happen.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna kill.
Yeah, but he's a made guy.
They got him super motherfucking drunk, beat the shit out of him, threw him in the trunk of a car to go dump his body somewhere. Halfway there, the dude starts making noise like there's a fucking flat tire in the back.
Still alive.
And they did not shoot him, but they did stab him
multiple times
in the trunk until he passed away, and they buried him somewhere. Now,
unmarked graves, yo.
Henry Hill said up until the day that he died, because Henry has passed away now, he died in 2012, said that he had nightmares of Billy Bats' death.
Fuck, dude.
Over and over, so
yeah,
it was real.
That'll fuck with you a little bit. Dude, this tastes like that tres leches cake. I think we let it sit too long.
I feel like you would like it. It's fucking coffee, dude.
Is it coffee?
It's actually like coffee.
All right. Well, yeah, but it's too moist.
Moist.
That moist.
Ugh. Don't say that word.
What, moist?
Moist.
So the real Tommy was actually... I mean, it's played by Joe Pesci. Mm-hmm. Joe Pesci is 5 feet tall. Even. 5 feet nothing. He is Joe's height. My brother Joe. And just like Joe, dangerous fucking man.
He's like an ant.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I always tell him.
Crazy strong for their size.
He's like an ant-man.
So, the real Tommy was 6'2", and he was built like a boxer, like a prize fighter. He was dangerous. So I find it very impressive. And at the same time, this is just Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci, this is the type of person that he is. He is a short, intimidating fucking guy. Like, Joe Pesci grew up in Jersey.
How short is Joe Pesci?
He's 5 nothing.
How short?
He's 5 feet nothing.
And the dude was like...
The real Tommy was 6'2".
That's right.
Built like a fighter.
I do know that the character he plays in Casino is a short person like himself.
But at the same time, the guy that he plays in Casino has a reputation for knocking guys out.
The Napoleon complex.
Uh-huh. Until he starts doing that coke, and then all of a sudden his strength goes away. Yeah.
Can we do that one next?
Fuck yeah. I mean, no, because Christmas month is coming up, but we'll get to it.
It's coming because I was debating.
December's coming up, y'all.
You guys, I was debating. I asked him, I was like, Goodfellas or Casino?
It was basically a coin toss.
He was like, I don't care because I love both of them. I was like, damn it, I know. So yeah, the real Henry Hill said that Joe Pesci portrayal of Tommy was 90 to 99% accurate to the real Tommy, besides his, stature.
Sure.
So his attitude, his fucking...
Joe Pesci is a confident, very charismatic, very, dangerous man. He doesn't really have a Napoleon complex, I don't believe. I think that he just knows his capabilities and he's confident in his own skin.
I always thought Napoleon complex meant that you're smaller.
Uh-huh.
You don't necessarily, but you feel like you have to prove yourself.
Yeah, you overcompensate for your size of what it is.
And I think that Joe Pesci, not as in his real life, but like the characters that he portrays, that is always an underlining factor. Even in Home Alone, he still has something to prove. Not only because he's short and his partner is a fucking dumbass and they're trying to rob shit
type character.
Yeah, that I have to prove that
Stern, dude.
We are the sticky bandits. We are the fucking wet bandits.
We're not the wet bandits anymore. We're the sticky bandits.
The sticky bandits. It doesn't matter what they are. He's still trying to prove himself.
But Joe Pesci always plays a character that is more powerful than his appearance suggests. Like even in My Cousin Vinny, when he knocks out homeboy from the bar finally. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to do that.
He mind fucks this guy so badly that he has to come up with $100 just for the opportunity to fight Vinny. And the second that he finally has it, he knocks his ass out of nowhere. Casino, he's a dangerous fucking man.
He stabs a dude in the neck with a pan, y'all.
Dude.
With a motherfucking pan.
He's fucking dangerous. Goodfellas, he is a dangerous man. He's an absolutely dangerous man.
He'll shoot you in the foot
one time
minute
that he's not really a dangerous man, Leo gets. Whatever you need, Leo gets. Okay? Okay. Calm down, baby. Calm down.
Gone Fishing, which you haven't seen. Maybe
I've never seen it.
Next week when I come, I will bring it because I know I bought it for Rashad, or we'll download it. I don't give a shit. We watching Gone Fishing, and I think you would like it because it's like a mixture of that character and fucking Home Alone character.
Okay.
Mixed with fucking Danny Glover.
Yeah. He openly says it in Home Alone. You ought to not mess with us, pal. We're dangerous. Joe Pesci grew up in Jersey. He's a dangerous man. He grew up in that life to a certain degree.
Do you know who he grew up with?
I know exactly. Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons.
Big girls don't cry. Big girls, they don't cry.
Yeah, we're not hitting those notes.
They don't cry. Yes, the Four Seasons, the Jersey Boys. Joe Pesci grew up with them in the streets.
And what's his name still works for him. Which one was it? The guy that tells the story.
Yes. I mean, Joe Pesci.
I can't remember his name at the moment because I've had a few drinks.
You had a few drinks. Yeah, not only did he grow up with those Jersey Boys, but he grew up around a lot of these mobster dudes. To the point where it inspired one of the most famous scenes in this movie. You want to say it?
You can say it. You can say it. Go for it. I don't mind.
You sure?
I'm going to drive into it.
Oh, yeah. No, well, yeah. Show me. So how am I funny? Like how? Like haha like a clown? That whole scene comes from an actual moment that Joe Pesci spent as a waiter in a restaurant in Jersey around some real mob guys.
So Joe Pesci was on the receiving end of this exchange.
So he's having a conversation with a mob guy, and he tells him that he thinks that he's a funny guy. And the guy responds the way that Tommy responds in this movie.
To Henry.
To the point where Joe Pesci's pretty much peeing his pants. And then the guy obviously laughs.
It's fucking with him.
It's fucking with them. They all laugh. You know, they give him a tip and, you know, he moves on.
You know what's great about that scene?
It's that Scorsese allowed him to do it.
One, that Scorsese allowed him to do it. Two, that Scorsese shot this in a medium shot. Meaning that you can see... He could have done this in a close-up. He chose to showcase everybody around him and showcase how everybody went from laughing and enjoying to like, oh, this became a serious situation. Is this about to become a thing? Are they about to fight? Is Tommy about to shoot him in the fucking face? What the fuck is going to happen right now?
And Henry Hill's like, and that's the day
builds.
That I got my limp. Like, you know, he shot me in the hip or whatever shit.
I mean, could be his last day in general.
I mean,
knowing Tommy's ass.
To be honest with you, I feel like not so much because Tommy and Henry's relationship goes back to them being
really
adolescents.
Yeah.
So, like, you being a young kid
Henry,
together.
Tommy, hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I mean, Tommy's the one who, like, hides out and runs and tells Paulie and everybody, like, yo, Henry got pinched. You know, we got to go help him. So, I mean, I feel like they came up together that he would always have his back.
Sure.
The way that... Okay, when we talk about Jimmy, remind me about the pause.
I thought you were getting mad at me for taking a drink. I was like, what is
going on?
How dare you
drink in front of me on a Thursday night podcast?
What the fuck?
So, yeah, one of Tommy's scenes that are legendary.
So, Joe Pesci was on the receiving end of this situation, and he used it, and they improvised like 4 or 5 times, and from that improvisation, Scorsese wrote the scene, and that's what ended up on camera. And it's a great fucking scene. It really is. It's orchestrated so well. Yeah. And the tension is there. And that's why you don't need close-ups in this situation, because it's already super uncomfortable. The behavior is there. And Joe Pesci has the confidence to intimidate the shit out of Ray Liotta in this scene.
I just want to do that to somebody.
Don't do that to anybody.
No.
It's
because it's funny, because at the end, literally they're dying laughing.
And like, everybody's laughing. Even the crew is laughing. When you hear it, it's the crew and
laughing.
Scorsese and everybody's laughing.
I mean, Henry's fucking face where he's just like, ah!
You really are a funny guy.
You really are a funny guy. Which is also improv. It's just so fucking hilarious. I just can't.
It's a great scene.
Can I tell you something else about Joe Pesci? Fun fact.
Hell yes, you can.
That I feel like some people might know because of a certain comedian, but if you don't, I'm about to tell you. So Joe Pesci, like I said, he grew up with the Four Seasons in New Jersey, and he was always hanging out on the corner, you know, with the doo-wop guys doing their doo. Yeah, he nailed it.
4 guys under a street lamp.
Under a street lamp. Well, he wanted to be one of them, and he had his own album called Little Joe Sure Can Sing that came out in 1968.
That's really cool.
And it is kind of like old standards. He has a weird voice. It kind of sounds like an old black lady kind of singing kind of deal. It's not the best, but he looks super young on the cover, and it's funny. You guys should Google that. But the funniest thing would have to be from his 1998 album called Vincent Lorenzo Gambino Sings Just For You.
Nice. Vincent Lorenzo Gambino.
Sings Just For You.
Okay.
And so one of the songs that he has is called Wise Guy, which is a rap song by Joe Pesci.
Oh my God.
You think I'm lying?
I don't.
Google that shit. He knows I'm not lying, because before we started this, I was like, I need you to just I don't want to talk about it. I just want to play these songs for you. So when I talk about this, you can see where I'm at on these
She
songs.
straight up played the video and then left the room.
I left the room and made the cocktails.
And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck am I
I'm
watching?
a wise guy. You know, so there's a Christmas song out there. It was like, how the fuck is Santa gonna know? Something like that. It's like a very wise guy's
Dirty Christmas song?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to get into a little bit of Joe Pesci music, go look that shit up.
I prefer Joe Pesci movies, but hey, The Irishman is coming out.
I mean, he is coming out of retirement,
Dude.
which is something he's been talking about for the last like 15 years or whatever. Like, I'm retired.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he was retired. He
But-
was happily retired. Scorsese had to call him not only once, not only twice, like 50 fucking times.
Scorsese said that Joe Pesci wasn't retired. He just wasn't getting scripts he wanted. So however you take it, he just wasn't getting the script. He had to like beg him to even read the fucking Irishman. It was like, he's like, I don't want to do any more mafia movies and gangster movies. I don't want to do any more of these. I just don't. And he was like, just read the script. Well, you know, I just don't really want to do. Yeah, okay. Just read the script. Why? You're going to change everything anyway. And Scorsese's like, well, read the fucking script so you can know what I'm going to change. So you can read, so you can hear what I'm talking about. Because you don't know what, you're just talking about this. You don't even know. We don't even know because we haven't watched it yet.
It hasn't come out
It
yet.
hasn't come out yet. It comes out this month.
Uh-huh.
And that is one reason why I did pick this movie.
Yep.
To get us ready for
Getting y'all ready.
The
for
Irishman. And which in a year we will be doing because it's also based on the book. You
Another
know?
dance with Mr. Scorsese.
And I don't even have to leave my motherfucking house. It's on Netflix. That's the best part.
However, I would love to see it in theaters.
Yes. Yes, I would.
One of those movies that you gotta go to the theater.
I feel like whenever you or I watch The Irishman, it has to be a Saturday in honor of Scorsese
That is a great
and
idea.
his Saturday movie.
We're gonna Insta story this shit, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna
So
go to the
Saturday.
theater, take some pictures for you, take some videos.
Yeah.
And tag Mr. Scorsese in it.
Say Saturday movies in honor of you, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanna?
Let's do it. I'm down.
You want another fun fact?
Give me that fun fact.
Have you ever seen a movie called My Blue Heaven?
Have I ever seen a movie called My Blue Heaven?
From the exact same years as 1990.
Are
with
you
Steve Martin
kidding
and
me?
Rick Moranis.
I absolutely love that movie.
Well,
When he is going through the grocery store,
Yes.
he steals the label maker.
Yes.
And he's driving through the aisles with his fucking suit on, and this little
Like,
like
stupid
small town
hair.
guy is like glad handing, like have a nice day. Turns around, fuck you. Oh, it's the best.
well, that movie is loosely based on Henry Hill's life in witness protection.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so great.
So it's another part of Henry's life, just more of a funnier version of it. Because Henry,
These little town blues.
he was so Italian, like mafia in that movie, stereotypical, like the hair, the shoes, the clothes, the way he talked, everything he did. So fucking hilarious. Love that movie. Maybe we'll do it. I would love to.
we're gonna do it.
We haven't had a real Steve
If it's
Martin
not
movie.
10 years from now, we're gonna do it.
We're still doing it.
You
Yeah.
know what I notice? You never look them in the eye. What's that? Girls, you're a good looking guy. Let's face it, you're a better looking guy than I am. But I am always going to look them in the eye, and therefore I'm always going to get laid
Yeah.
more than you.
Yeah. You look me in the eye and you
Now
hold my
look her
hand.
right in the eye.
Yep.
Hi, Sandy. Hi, Bonnie.
So,
I love that movie.
in real life, Henry Hill went into witness protection with his wife and children.
Yes, he did.
But he just couldn't stay out of trouble. Kept getting in trouble, kept stealing, part of some drug laundering and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where the witness protection was like, hey, girl,
You're
can't
gonna go back to jail.
we can't protect your ass anymore. So,
We're just gonna arrest you.
no, they just let him go.
Wow.
Like, do you, boo boo, because we can't keep you safe anymore, and
Yeah.
I'm tired of spending money and trying. So, yeah, bye, girl.
He's a wise guy.
Which is fine because
He's a
without
good fella.
that, we wouldn't have all these stories.
Nope.
We wouldn't have this book. We wouldn't know a lot of things because he would have been gone.
As I am
yeah.
trained for nothing else, I regress back to my earlier habits or whatever it says in my blue heaven.
Can I give you another
What the
fun
hell?
fact?
Might as well go into business. There's enough of us here to start a crime wave. You got me on my blue
I
heaven
see
now.
that. I'm sorry. I should have waited for that one. So, can I give you another fun fact? Fun fact.
About Ray Liotta?
No.
Okay.
About
I don't know. I thought we were talking about Ray.
we were talking about the hills.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
No, like Henry Hill
I love it.
and his family.
Okay.
So the guy who tells the hills that they need to go into witness protection or else, they're gonna die.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Or, she's like, so what if my mom, God forbid, they get sick? You tell me I can't go see them, or they die, I can't go to their funeral? And he's like, yep, bitch, that's it. Well, that gentleman is the actual man who told them to go into witness protection.
Mm-hmm. He played himself.
Yeah, Scorsese went into the office scouting for shots, and he made sure that he was seen and talked to the right people and was like, who you guys got playing me? Why don't you just have me play me?
Mm-hmm.
And he did.
Very ballsy move.
He did, and which would have been me. Obviously, I would have done the same thing. And he did a screen test.
Would you, though? Because then the mob knows your face. They know who you are. And
I don't give a fuck. I'm a cop.
Cops aren't above the mob.
It's the
They're
90s.
basically like
The mob
side by
isn't like
side. The mob can kill cops.
It's the 90s. The mob doesn't have as much pull as they did in the 70s, in the 60s and 50s and 40s. They don't have the same amount of pull because drugs separated their gangs. That's facts. That's facts.
I'm still not going to put anything past the mob, though.
Because people like Henry started selling drugs and doing drugs. And when you do drugs, you're not loyal to anything but drugs.
Yep. All you think about is drugs.
That's it. That's all you think about. So
You've spilled my medicine. You got to sort me out. You don't want to see me in an hour, son, because I'll be fucking you up. Sorry, I went a little Russell Brand there. Because he only cares about drugs in that movie.
Give to the Greek?
Yes.
Okay,
Nice
okay.
Nice
yeah,
catch.
So, I mean, when you don't have any loyalty to anybody. No family, no rules, no nothing. So, drug business pretty much cut the mob down. If there was no drugs, the mobs probably would still be pulling more than they do now. But you can't be loyal when you're on drugs. And that's where most of the families had people like Henry Hill who saw easy way to make money and got fucked up. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep this party going.
I mean, we got 2 people to talk about. Oh no, we got 3. We have not talked about my girl yet.
Let's talk about her right now.
Oh my God, Miss Lorraine Braca. Braca.
I picked this movie.
Sorry, I've been drinking.
When I picked this 2 movies for this month, what was the other one? Shawshank Redemption.
Have you been drinking?
A lot, yeah. Shawshank Redemption and Goodfellas. I'm not pouring that. I just want you to know. And I tried to pour that in his glass about 20 minutes ago.
That was 20 minutes ago.
So,
that was weeks ago.
That was weeks ago.
I'm sorry. Continue.
I don't even remember what I was saying now.
Lorraine Braca. Something about Shawshank.
Oh, when I started doing Shawshank and Goodfellas, I felt bad because I picked 2 movies that really were male-driven movies, where their characters and their stories are told. But then once I rewatched this one this week, I was like, no, bitch. Her voice is very strongly heard in this movie.
Yes, absolutely.
She has her own voiceover. She, has her own side story. She talks about meeting all the wives. She talks about, it's the first time she has a gun. I mean, I love where she's like, hey, stop. I need some money to go shopping.
Oh my God.
And he's like, how much? And she's like, this much. And he's like, how much?
And he's like,
pulls out this stack of money, gives her to it. And she falls to her knees to give him head in the kitchen. He's like,
He's like,
all
right, fine.
Fine. I love it. I mean, to the point where she's willing to go to the side bitch's house and yell at her
Dude,
to put a gun
she
in his
loves
motherfucking
him.
face.
She absolutely loves
Yeah.
him.
She's like, something's going on.
This is her husband.
That's
This
her
is
husband.
her life. This is her family.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Lorraine Bracca, I mean, first and foremost, she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress
As
for
she
an
should.
Oscar for this role.
As she did.
She was
Should.
absolutely fantastic.
Because, I mean,
And you remember how we were talking about earlier, how all the guys got real money to throw around? Guess what she got?
real jewelry.
She got that real jewelry, dude.
She's like,
guys get real. I want, real jewelry. It's gonna change my performance. It's gonna make
me feel rich.
Yeah.
Loved.
Mm-hmm. And Scorsese told her, like, you are the movie star. Not necessarily the movie star of this movie, but like this life. Like that's how she needs to like the mindset that she needs to have.
Well, I mean, she's high up on the chain.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Her husband is high up on the chain.
Mm-hmm. She's being introduced into this world.
And she gives us a look of something that we don't see so much, especially like in Godfather, where the Godfather is like Al Pacino's wife, fucking
Palma.
She is on the outskirts. She never gets to really know what's going on. She never is part of what's really going on. She's just told what to do, and she does it. This wife is part of it, knows what's going on. She's high on the fucking drugs too.
Yeah,
She's smuggling in the food and the shit into the prisons for him. Like, she is a part of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a question.
She is loyal. She is a ride or die chick.
I got a question for you. In the scene where she meets up with Jimmy, and she's like, Henry doesn't even know I'm here. He gives her a stack of money, and then he's like, you want some coats? You can go in there. I got some coats in there. And it makes it seem like he's going to whack her. What do you think?
I think he was. I think he is. Absolutely.
I always feel like it depends on how I feel when I watch the movie.
Really?
Sometimes I feel like he's going to whack her. Sometimes I feel like he's not going to whack her.
So he sticks around out there to make sure that she goes in.
Yes.
That's the first indication that he needs her to go in there. Now, he doesn't need anything from her. But the fact of the matter is, Ray Liotta's character is compromised. And the first person that he believes he's going to share information with is her.
I understand. But I also know that a mob rule is you don't kill wives and kids.
True.
But, like you said, like we talked about, she's not a normal wife.
She's not a normal wife.
She actually knows shit.
She knows shit.
And does shit. So, he could be killing her, or he could not be killing her. Because she looks in there, and the people who see her look surprised that she's even, like, fucking... Like, they look up, and they look over, and like, the fuck is this?
They get quiet real quick. Like, oh, here she comes.
That's true.
So they got to play it cool.
Whether
and
or not
coax her in there.
Whether or not she was really getting whacked, that's all
it
she
could be her own paranoia.
That's what I'm saying, because she's on fucking
because
coke
she's on
and
that
shit.
shit.
She's on that shit.
Absolutely.
That is why I told you every time I watch it, it's different. Whether I think he really is gonna kill her or he's not gonna kill her.
Now, is the movie different, or are you different?
No, I'm definitely different.
Bitch, I'm different.
I'm different. I would love to. Scorsese.
I can't believe I just sang that.
Scorsese, tell me, she about to get whacked or not about to get whacked? But either way, it pushes them into the witness protection.
I love those parts of a movie where
Me
they
too.
leave it up to interpretation. You don't find out until you talk to the actor or the director. Like Tom Hanks in Castaway. At the end.
You don't even know.
What did he do?
Don't they not get together?
It's left to the imagination.
No, however, I know it's left for us, but I thought that
there was an interview on Inside the Actor Studio where Tom Hanks answers that question. And he says, oh no, he went back and he had babies with that woman.
Well, yeah, like he fucking waited too goddamn long for that bitch.
Yep, absolutely. So after this movie,
Oh wait.
this Miss Lorraine Bracca.
Oh, we're still on her.
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
She was offered every role
Because she's amazing.
under the sun, but like every mafia role.
Yeah.
Every daughter, every wife, every mother, just everything. She said no to all of it.
Well, I mean, she.
Until The Sopranos.
There you go.
Now,
And
the
she's
day that she
doing
got
the
offered The
whole
Sopranos,
thing.
she straight up called her agent and told him, I do not want to play Carmela, the wife. I want to play Dr. Melfi.
Yeah, no, she was the best
psychiatrist.
Yeah, no, she was the best psychiatrist. And
Absolutely.
her character grows, and like you see how
So
she starts at the beginning, and she's just like, you're my patient. Then she gets further and further into
Deep
this world
into it,
of
dude.
learning about everything that's fucking going on, to the point where her own life is starting to get fucking threatened in there, where he has to go like, y'all need to leave the fucking shit alone. Even though he can't tell anybody that he's going.
Can't tell anybody that he's going to a shrink.
I don't even want to get into The Sopranos because it has been quite a long time since I've watched it. But I did watch it because I fucking love this TV show. I love this movie.
You're
good, you. I knew it. Like I said, they kept this movie all in the family.
Uh-huh.
Her daughter is in this movie.
Her daughter is in the movie. Dude, you know why she brought her in?
Because she didn't have time to spend with them.
That's so sweet.
She's like, look, I haven't spent time with my kids in weeks. Can you like...
They're the same age as the kids that are supposed to
put
be
them in this fucking movie, please. And he's
just
like,
so I can see my kids for a day.
Hey, I wonder if they got paid. They might not have got
I'm
paid.
sure they did. They have
just,
to.
They just added extra zeros
This is
to
a
Mama's
Warner
check.
Brothers project, dude.
True that.
It's union.
So if you want to know exactly which daughter is hers, it's the one that she's holding in her hand when she's going into Polly's house, and Polly's trying to kiss the little girl, and the little girl's like, eh. That's her daughter. She said that she thought it was a good idea until they did the scene where she's Janice Rossi, and once she starts yelling at fucking Janice Rossi over here in Tuaw, she felt really bad.
Oh, maybe this was a bad decision.
Because my daughter's looking at me like, what the fuck is
Why
mommy
is
yelling?
mommy yelling at the phone?
Superintendent, I just want you to know that you have a whore in Tuaw. My favorite. So
it's a really great scene, but she goes off the rails a little bit.
As she should,
And that's
as a
not
wife.
exactly something that you want your 4-year-old daughter to see, even though it's make-believe.
She was little. She make-believe's hard.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, she cast her kids in the movie.
Yeah. She's like, hey, you want me? I need my kids.
Yeah, I kind of love that about this movie, that they kept it within the family as much as they could. Mm-hmm. And as far as the casting, as far as Scorsese's parents,
yeah.
I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Everybody felt real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorite portrayals of hers, Basketball Diaries. Dude,
she's the mom.
She plays Leo's mom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jimmy's mom. And oh my God, that is a scene in cinema history.
I feel like we talked about this. Yeah,
we've talked about this scene before. When Leo comes to the door, he's strung the fuck out and he just wants a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And he's begging his mom. He's begging, he's threatening, he's guilting, he's pleading, he's doing everything he can to get money out of her. And she is trying with everything she has to not give him money because she knows that it's not going to help him. But at the same time, it's her little boy. And her heart is breaking on the other side of that door. She calls the cops. Yeah. But before the cops show up, like right before she calls the cops, she actually gives in and she gives him the money. Do you think she did that because she wanted him to have it, or because she had a clear conscience and be like, I still helped him, even though I had him arrested, I still helped him?
Yeah.
You're too drunk to think about it.
No, I'm just saying, we have people in our family who deal with this same disease, and we have mothers of those same people who
Absolutely.
deal with the same thing.
Absolutely.
And I would see them doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Calling the cops, but still giving the money. You're enabling them, but trying to teach them a lesson, which backfires because they don't learn a lesson
I
because
love
you gave
you.
them money.
I want to help you, but it's me giving you this money is not helping you, and therefore
It's easier for me to give you the money and you take it and go away and come back in a couple months than me to sit here and actually help you. That's always what I see with that, but that's just my personal take on it.
sure.
She does a fantastic job in that. We will do that movie soon. But I got a fun fact that has nothing to do with her, but I've been waiting to talk about.
Can I give you one more fun fact before we move on from her? So when she was on The Sopranos, her and James Gandolfini would rehearse damn near every night after they were done filming.
Love it.
Yeah, they would work on the scene for the next day.
They would grab a bottle of limoncello, take some nice little smooth sips, and practice their scene.
Yeah.
What's more Italian than that? Huh?
They would work on the scenes. I think that's absolutely beautiful.
I threw the limoncello in there, but
I know.
maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Every
I don't
once in a
know.
while, at least some wine.
One day I'll meet her. At
Definitely
least some
dinner.
wine, yeah.
Give me that fun fact.
Fun fact. So the real hijack of the Air France, it went down a little different than what we see in the movie, and I kind of wish they would have put the real version in there because it was pretty funny. So it wasn't as easy as the wise guys thought to get the keys to get into the vault to get the fucking shit, right? So they found a guy who actually had the key. The guy that they hired, or the guy you see in the movie, is the guy who works at the front gate, but he wasn't the guy who had the key.
Okay.
So the guy who had the key could not be bribed, and they didn't really know what they were going to do to get him to give him the key. So they followed him and sat on him for a while and found out that this fool loved hookers. And so they hired a hooker. They got this guy extremely drunk, dropped him off at a hotel with the hooker. And as he took his pants off drunkenly, she would take the keys out of his pocket so that they could make a copy of it. And by the time he was finished, his original key was
Keys were brought back
into his pants.
That's funny.
And so they used these keys and they just walked into.
But as much as
Well-
Scorsese fought with the studio about the stuff that should go in and should go out of the movie, I think that the hookers and copying the key scene would not have gone by very well. I think that he had to sacrifice something
I feel you.
because I'm sure he is well aware of this situation.
Oh, yeah, of course. If I know
so-
about it.
In order to keep the spider scenes in,
Yeah.
he probably had to sacrifice something.
I just thought that was
I don't know
fun.
if it was shot or not, but still.
I didn't hear that it was, but
Yeah.
I just thought that was a fun, true fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to know about the other one, the La
This fool loves hookers.
Fatanzas,
That's funny.
the other heist, the La Ferenza, whatever heist. They got $6 million for it in 1978, right?
Yep.
And that would be like getting $24 million today in 2019. And 10 people were killed in that crew.
But a dream.
Ooh. Yeah, so 10 people were killed in that heist because, well, Jimmy didn't want to share that fucking money.
Yep.
You can't blame a dude.
Not at all.
All right, let's move on to Jimmy.
Jimmy. Who's Jimmy?
Al Pacino.
You're funny.
I am funny because Al Pacino was offered the role of Jimmy, but he turned it down because he didn't want to do any more mobster roles after doing,
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be typecast in that, even though he
has already been typecast. But
he's still doing
he
the
was
same.
doing great things.
This motherfucker's in The Irishman too.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
I mean, he has done so many
For sure.
movies, but it would be kind of interesting to see Al Pacino
As Jimmy?
as Jimmy.
I
don't know.
think that Robert De Niro
Did a better
was correctly cast. Don't get me wrong. I love Al Pacino.
But I mean, if
But
Robert
he
De
would have
Niro was
changed
like,
it.
you know what, I just don't want to do it,
Yeah.
and Al Pacino did it, we still have a good movie.
You still have a good movie. It'd just be a little bit different.
It'd be a lot more of this yelling.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm going to have you job, shithead. Hey, he was probably doing Glengarry Glen Ross at this time. And that's a great fucking movie.
I can't remember what movie he was doing, but he was doing something else.
Could have been doing that. Could have been doing Son of a Woman. No, that was a little bit afterwards, I want to say.
Son of a woman.
Could have been doing Heat.
No, because Robert De Niro's in that as well.
Oh, you're right, he is. And then he's a little bit older also.
They're a little.
Well, Robert De Niro plays Jimmy Conway. And Robert De Niro is a osmosis type of actor. He wants the information. He wants every detail. And he would call the producer 4 to 5 times a day to ask questions. How does Jimmy smoke his cigarette? How does he count his money? How does he do this? How does he do that? And it shows that type of detail in the movie.
Can I give you an example?
How does he pour his ketchup?
There you go.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
That's exactly what I was going to talk about.
Because does he like pat it on the top?
Does he hit it on the side? Does he roll it through his hands?
And the fact of the matter is, he rolled it.
Yeah. And
we only know that because that's how
he wasn't allowed to ask Henry, but he asked the producers like, yo, how does he do it? And this is because I believe the set designer wanted ketchup on the table for the breakfast scene where they're at Tommy's mom's house and the ketchup is on the table, and Robert De Niro, being the perfectionist that he is, that's why him and Scorsese are such a great team together. Also with Leo,
always,
because they
grew up in the same time. They grew up in similar neighborhoods. De Niro knew about Scorsese's neighborhood. Yep. Scorsese knew about De Niro's upbringing. Mm-hmm. It was meant to be. So
the producer called Henry and was like, "Hey, girl, how does Jimmy?
You mean Irwin?
Hey,
Irwin. Called up Henry Winkler.
Henry Winkler. Hey, Fonz. So how does Jimmy hit the fucking ketchup bottle?" And it was that way, and it just makes it, like I said, it was between 80 and 90% accurate to the real shit, and just little things like that help its numbers.
Dude, and they're so good in that scene.
Yeah.
Like the way they tie in Billy Batts. You know that's who they're comparing him to, right?
Oh, yeah. He looks like somebody we know.
He looks like somebody we know. And Joe Pesci catches on immediately. Like,
oh my God,
that's
you're
him!
Right.
That's him right there. You take the white hair and the beard off, that's him.
And what does the camera do? It goes past everybody through the window to the trunk.
To the trunk.
To just put that exclamation mark on the end like, yo, bitch, we're talking about the dude in the trunk that we saw killed the first 2 seconds of the movie.
Uh-huh.
So Robert De Niro does such a fantastic job.
Such a good job, dude.
You see him age. You see him go from being like 23. Come on, you guys. At the beginning. To being like, in his 50s, and he's just there doing his shit.
You know what I love? I love his scene when he finds out that Tommy's been whacked.
And he pushes the phone booth over.
He pushes the phone booth over. There's like so much anger and so much pain, and he actually like openly weeps. Not because he wants to, not because he thinks that it's okay to do in front of Henry, but because he can't stop it. Because his best friend has been murdered.
That's why I think that he wouldn't kill her.
Yeah. The struggle is there, dude. He's fighting it.
That's why I don't think he would kill her, because you see how strong he is about Tommy. Mm-hmm. And Tommy came in the picture around the same time as Henry.
Absolutely.
They grew up around the same time. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't think that he would kill him, because he is 51% friend and 49% like partner.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Sure. That 1% makes you a friend, which means that I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to go and kill your wife. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
At the same time, he's facing life in prison if
he
doesn't.
I totally get it. But never rat on your friends. That's fucking rule number 1.
Never rat on your friends. But also, don't go against the family.
They're all going against the family.
That's
all
true.
3 of them are doing drugs. It's
That's
not
true.
like, Henry's
No,
on his
Jimmy
own.
never did drugs.
He doesn't actually do drugs,
But
he's part of the
sells it.
selling of
He's
it.
about that money. He
So
loves stealing.
he knows that if Paulie finds out, he's in as much trouble as fucking Henry.
Absolutely. He's
Because
in more trouble.
he's
He
in
would
more
kill
trouble. He would
Jimmy
kill him.
before he would kill Henry.
Yeah, because he'd be so pissed that you did this to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's why he doesn't tell Paulie. And Paulie's scene of telling Henry, like, "No, I have to turn my back on you." It's such a great scene.
$3,200
That was it
for a lifetime.
for a lifetime. I do feel like Paulie should have gave him a lot more money.
I mean, that's what he had in his pocket.
I get that, but you owe this guy, even though he did go against your wishes, and you're writing him off as being like, "Hey, you're gone." Give him enough money to buy more drugs to make more money. Or to, set up a business, a restaurant, something so that he can make himself. If you would have gave him
he would have blown it anyway.
he would have made more
He's
money.
on that shit.
He would have made more money because he would have bought more
Maybe,
drugs.
But he would have.
They were still selling drugs.
But the fact of the matter is, he was slipping because he was on the drugs.
I mean, eventually he would have
Eventually would have fucked up.
Yeah.
Just like what's her name in Casino. Eventually the drugs take over, and that's all you
She
care
lost
about.
all her money, everything.
A couple of gold coins. That's all that was left.
Let's start over. Let's do Casino. Hold on.
Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lights, Camera, Cocktails.
Cocktails.
Yeah, right. We're not doing... So, somebody that we should mention before, just a little honorable mention. Mr.
Billy Bats?
Billy Bats, exactly. Frank Vincent plays Billy Bats.
Also Sopranos.
Also Sopranos. Also was thinking about playing the role of Paulie. And Scorsese's like,
he's not big enough.
No, you should play Billy Bats. And he trusted him. He trusted him, and it was the right call.
Here's the thing. Scorsese could say, "Hey, girl, I need you to play a tree in the back." And I'd be like, "You know what? That sounds like a perfect role for me." I will be
Because
the
he
bomb
will feature that tree.
number
He will
one.
make sure that you shine, and he will get you work afterwards. Just like Frank Vincent, who had like 40 movies after this.
Constantly. And do you know what else he shows up in? He shows up in the Wise Guy music video. I didn't get when I showed you Joe Pesci's Wise Guy song.
Okay.
The video is like not on YouTube. Like I had to go somewhere else I went on World Star to find.
Did you have to contact my buddy in Malaysia?
I had to hit up World Star, World Star, and it was on there. And but he is also in the video as like a wise guy standing in the back, like
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad we talked about Billy Bats because
he's a great fucking character. He's only got a couple of scenes, but he's really good.
Well, he's a key murder because his murder basically starts the tumbling of Tommy's downfall. Yeah. Now, there's a bunch of like things that people talk about, like rumors that go around about Tommy's murder, that Paulie had something to do with it, that he went to the other family, Mom Bob's family, and told him, hey, not only did he kill Billy Bats, but he killed this other guy who was John Gotti's friend.
Oh yeah, he was his
like right hand man, like his
protege, so to speak. Yeah,
and he had him whacked. Maybe. And so Paulie was just like, I'm just gonna tell you, this dude killed 2 people. That
I can't control this guy. It is what it is.
It is what it is. If you want him, you can have him.
Yeah,
and that is one of the rumors that happened. I kind of believe.
I mean, it is his brother who pulls the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But there also people say that John Gotti pulled the trigger. So I don't know.
I mean, in real life, but in the movie.
Oh yeah, in the movie, yes.
So who knows?
Who knows?
It's all left to interpretation.
Who knows? Could be. It's only up on. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not musical.
Under a tree.
Which is a nice little fake gangs out there.
Absolutely. So, sadly, Frank Vincent passed away as well in 2017.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P.
It's about that time. I mean, this movie was made 30 years ago. And some of the guys were veteran guys in the movie 30 years ago. Frank Vincent happened to be one of them. But he did some great things before this. He was in a lot of Scorsese movies. He was in Raging Bull. He was in Casino. He was in Goodfellas. He was even in Sopranos. You said it. You said it earlier.
He has a bigger part in obviously Sopranos.
Yeah, he plays Phil.
He has a bigger part in Casino. Mm-hmm. He plays Joe Pesci's right hand man kind of deal. Yeah,
Frank Marino.
Yeah, and he has a bigger part in. He actually kills Joe Pesci.
In what?
Casino.
Oh, yeah.
With the bats.
Oh, my God.
So, a couple years later, he got his revenge.
Oh, that scene, man. And that's probably one of those little Scorsese Easter eggs.
I always thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always been like, he killed your ass in Goodfellas.
5 years later.
And here you are.
With a fucking baseball bat.
And his murder's way worse. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know, barely watch that scene.
That one is pretty hard.
That's a brutal scene.
But Billy Bats gets fucked the fuck up, put in the trunk, stabbed and shot.
He doesn't go in trunks anymore, he's passed away since.
But he won't.
But after this, he would not go in a trunk.
I don't blame that one.
He was claustrophobic after this.
Yeah. I mean, he gets shot and stabbed, buried.
No, Tommy.
Then 6 months later, they unbury him.
Still alive. I don't care how long it's been there. Got to get it out of there. They're building condominiums.
Hey, Henry, you want a wing or a leg? We'll go over to my mom's house. We get something to eat. He's just fucking so funny.
Oh my God.
So funny.
So funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of comedy in this dark ass movie. And I appreciate every bit of it.
Well, it is time to talk about our narrator, our I guess leading man.
Our anti-hero?
Yeah, Mr. Ray Liotta.
Mm-hmm.
So Ray Liotta was not the first choice.
No.
Producers didn't want him.
Producer was adamant about not having him.
Uh-huh. Scorsese had to fight for him.
Do you know how he got the job?
I do. You want to tell it? Go for it.
Do you like hearing me tell stories?
I love listening to you tell stories.
So
I'm going to sit here and drink my Goodfella.
You drink that Goodfella because the producer of this movie went to dinner with his wife and happened to be in the same restaurant as Ray Liotta and whoever Ray Liotta was with, his wife, I don't know. And he gets up and goes to the producer's table and was like, can I like talk to you? And he's like, yeah, sure, dude. And they walk outside, and Ray Liotta basically lays on him why he deserves to have Henry Hill. Mm-hmm. What he would bring to it, how he's going to portray this, how passionate he is about this movie, how I can be this character. I am this character. Mm-hmm. Everything that you want to say to any producer or director, or anybody who's trying to who's denying you a job. Yeah. So much so that night when he came home from dinner with his wife, the producer called fucking Scorsese and was like, all right.
You're right.
He's in. He said even though he knew that Scorsese wanted him and no matter what the producer did, even if he said no,
he would have eventually forced him down his throat.
He would have had Ray Liotta on there just because that's fucking him.
I don't know if Scorsese had final cut on this movie, but he had final cut.
He had final cut on this movie. You don't hire a Scorsese and don't give him final cut. Because that's not what you want him for.
No, it's not what you hire him for.
That's not what you hire him
for. His point of view. You hire him for his art.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I love that story.
I think Ray Liotta did a hell of a job.
Yeah. Just put him on the map.
That scene where they open up the trunk and they realize, that he's still alive and they start stabbing him and then they pan up to Ray Liotta's face and then they freeze frame on him. So in the book, that's in the middle.
Okay.
They brought it to the beginning on purpose because they didn't want to do the stereotypical thing of starting out with a kid who gradually ages up and progresses and this is his life. This is a defining moment not only in the movie but in the story, in the book, in Henry Hill's life. And I love the line that he says, as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a gangster. Freeze frame.
There's a couple freeze frames.
Sure.
And all the freeze frames are supposed to pinpoint a moment in his life where it changes for the good or the better or the worse. Mm-hmm. But this movie, like you said, like the beginning is them basically driving and hearing and killing. And when I first saw this movie,
Rhyming it. I'm sorry.
when I first saw this movie, I was probably about 12, and I saw it with my cousin, who's passed away now, who's my younger cousin, Jonathan, and we watched it, and it fucking blew our mind. It made us wanted to be fucking gangsters, and
They romanticize it
it
very
really does.
much. They
And
make it
because
seem like a life that is desirable,
we
even though it's absolutely not.
we spent a weekend in a cabin in the woods in the snow with our family, and we borrowed a friend's cabin, and one of the movies that they had in their repertoire of movies was Goodfellas, which we had never seen.
Okay.
Now, I had seen Casino by then because I remember seeing Casino like as soon as it came on VHS. We had rented it and I watched it.
Okay.
But this one, it took me a minute to watch it, and from the first scene, me and my cousin like looked at each other like, "What the fuck is this,
Dude?
Oh my god!" We're starting off the bat like, boom, we be killing people, and it's the person you don't want to fucking kill. So I appreciate all of the things that he fucking did. So Ray Liotta, his mother died while he was filming this movie.
No.
Yeah, and he used all that anger and built up oppression to do the pistol whipping scene of the neighbor across the street.
That was a great fucking scene.
Very great scene. And you can
Great
see
fucking
all of the anger that he fucking has. It's because of that.
Yeah.
So when you see that, look at it a little differently.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you say that. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of him in that scene.
And that is like the meanest that we see his character.
Mm-hmm. I want to know how Scorsese shot some of these scenes because the blood shows up immediately upon the impact of whatever the strike is.
I watched that scene in slow motion. Spoiler, you guys. He's nowhere close to hitting fucking this dude. There, if you do it in slow motion, you can see that he's not even close.
Uh-huh.
But as fast as he's doing it, and the reaction of it looks really good. But I was thinking the same thing.
Where's the blood coming from?
There's no cut. There's no it's coming out of his nose, so it's not in his mouth. So he's not biting down. I don't know.
Same thing with Spider getting shot. The blood is there.
It just shows up.
Immediately.
That one I can get because you can have a pop, someone from Offset can push it so it looks like you get shot and blood comes out. I get that. But coming out of the nose.
Dude, how do they do that shit?
I don't know.
I don't know, and I'm a filmmaker.
Martin, hit us up, Marty.
Yeah, Marty, if you could hit us up at Lights Camera Cocktail, no S, at gmail.com. We'd love to know how you shot that, especially so that I can steal it later.
Help us out.
So Ray Liotta has had a very successful career. I want to say he's had 162 credits to his name, if I'm not mistaken. And one of the things that he's best known for is his piercing eyes. Mm-hmm. He's got great fucking eyes. Earlier in his career, it was his skin, unfortunately. He's got a little, I don't know what you would call it. But it makes him into a character actor. You
know what I want to know?
What's that?
What's happened to his face today? Have you looked at Ray Liotta today?
No.
He looks like he's plastic. He looks weird.
Has he gotten that work done?
He got that work done.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Ray Liotta's face. Now,
I mean, I'm sure he's had work done.
Just
and I'm
be
sure,
old.
I mean, dude,
one, you're an old white man, so an old white man can still work.
Men that I kind of can give a pass to because he had that that scar tissue on his face from a very young age. So I'm sure it's an insecurity.
I get it.
You know,
but him, I mean,
it's probably been set in his mind for the last 30 years.
Is fine as fuck. He looks so cute in this movie. I would fucking marry him. He's just so cute. But looking at his face now, I'm like, what the fuck did you do, Ray?
I don't know. Whatever he's done, though, he's still working.
He's still working.
He's been on everything, dude.
He's
been
got
on
commercials
The Simpsons.
for...
He's been on Modern Family.
Yeah.
He's been on, what's that, the adorable redhead, Kimmy Schmidt show.
He's on Kimmy Schmidt.
He did a little, like, guest star on Kimmy Schmidt. He did like Shades of Blue. He's done everything. He's got a couple of projects coming out right now. He played a doctor in one movie. I can't remember what it was, but I thought he did a fantastic job.
You know what I love him in?
What's that?
Fuck. Fuck. What is that movie?
Here, have a drink. You'll remember.
You know. Yeah, get out of here. The one with Denzel.
Which one?
The one.
That one?
The one where...
John Q.
John Q, that's it.
This is the only one I can think of right now.
I was like, that's the only one.
That was a Hail Mary.
That was a Hail Mary.
Because I just said that he played a doctor. Maybe that was the movie I was thinking of.
He's not a doctor.
Oh, then I don't fucking know.
James Wood is the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Who's also in Casino. I fucking love that guy. Oh, I love that dude. Anyway, but yeah, no, he plays like the commissioner or someone in the police department. He does a great job in it. And he looks good then too. He could have just stopped at whatever that was.
Sure. But, you know, that stuff doesn't last. Preventative maintenance. I don't know.
I'm black. We don't do that shit.
No.
Some people do.
Either way, he's got 5 projects up in post-production, completed. He's got a movie called Broken Soldier that's coming out soon. I'm curious.
I got a question.
What's that?
I've heard that if Scorsese likes you, he uses you again. Mm-hmm. This not only goes for actors, but this goes for crew members as well.
Okay.
Does he not like Ray Liotta?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I've never seen that fool again.
Maybe he just couldn't find another. I mean, Ray Liotta is a very particular type. Maybe he just couldn't find another role for him.
Oh, I hope you liked him because I love him in this.
I think he did a great job. Well, I am out.
Oh my god, this movie, you guys!
Because we are long into this episode. I mean, it's a 2 hour and 25-minute movie.
I tried.
It's to be expected, guys.
I really tried.
There is so much that we skipped over.
We did, but I just wanted to make sure the things that I really loved were mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I love this movie. I got only one more fun fact, and we can move on. We can shoot this shit.
My drink is done. My second drink is done. Fuck.
So at the end of the movie, one of the last things that showed is Tommy pointing his gun at the camera and he's shooting it pow, 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 pow into the camera. Do you know what he's talking? I
do.
All right. Well.
But that's because I did my research. The people don't know.
They don't know. Okay.
Tell the people.
So this is a nod to the Great Train Robbery from 1903. It was a short film. And if I'm not mistaken, this was when cameras were, film was actually becoming a thing. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not...
Motion pictures.
If I'm not mistaken, it has a shot of a train coming down the tracks and it fucking scared the living daylights out of people as well. And the shot of Tommy shooting the gun was the last bank robber or train robber shooting into the camera.
I got you.
And that's a nod to that. Way to go, Scorsese, going way back to the fucking '03. For people who've never even heard of this movie.
Those Saturday movies, yo.
Those Saturday movies, yo, was a thing for him. All right, so...
Dude, I'm drunk.
Jason's drunk. I'm feeling myself. I got a lot to edit this week. Jesus.
Lord help me, Jesus.
Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz?
I don't know how good I can do this scene.
My friends all got... Well, okay, get your life together. Drink some water. As we talk about... Where the fuck is it? I'm supposed to be like, I saved this on here for this reason.
So we got Johnny Walker tonight.
Johnny Walker, he be walking with that fucking scotch. We got some...
Lauren Dew cognac.
We got some Jameson.
Product de France and Jameson.
And we got the homemade limoncello. Okay.
I got like 5 minutes left in.
All right, well, I'm about to take one right now. Okay, so it's time for Z for the People. So this Z for the People is by Martin Scorsese, and it's the World Cinema Project. And this was Martin Scorsese's project that is to preserve old film from way back when. All over the world, not just American film, but
Absolutely.
French
films,
Japanese
Korean films, Chinese films,
all these
Arabian
amazing films,
all of the films
that were basically dying over time.
They weren't being preserved.
He is taking these movies and preserving them and putting them into vaults so that generations to come can enjoy these movies
and learn from them.
Yeah. Learn from them, like The Great Train Robbery from 1903. I'm sure that's in there. I don't know if it is, but if the fool have seen it, I'm sure it's in there. His love for film goes beyond anybody's measure.
Absolutely.
And he just wants to make sure that when he dies, his legacy is left with all these other great directors over time.
Agree.
Even though he is one of the highest paid directors who has over $100 million in the bank. I think it's like 300 and something million in the bank. Highest paid director out there next to
I'll say this, he has grossed a hell of a lot more than that for these studios.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's so to the point that he gets at least this sounds really small, $10 million per movie. And if he goes over budget, he pays the studio. It's in his contract. Yeah. But
wow,
I would make sure that my budget's high because
you better
it's a
give
Scorsese
me a percentage
movie.
of the profits.
I'm sure he does.
If I'm shouldering the expenses, you're giving me a percentage of the profits.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, I would agree to that. I would negotiate that beforehand.
So yeah, that is the World Cinema Project.
World Cinema Projects.
So if you want to donate your time or money or film that I don't know how they do it. If you want to donate any of the motherfucking shit, then you go to cinema.org/Scorsese, Martin Scorsese, and fucking do that shit. Fuck, I'm tired. It's drunk.
Rough, dude. This Goodfella is it's not to be.
It's not a good fella. I feel fucked.
It's a rough drink. It's great going down, but ooh, do I feel dizzy a little bit.
I feel.
How do you feel right now?
I feel good.
I know that you don't.
I don't. I feel drunk. Okay, so please send your Halloween closing flowers to a lights camera cocktail noS@gmail.com. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We're on there. And we're
Podbean.
We're Lights Camera Cocktail Podcast. Please listen to us on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes. You're listening to us. I don't know why the fuck I'm even telling you this shit. Tell a friend.
Spread
pretty much.
The word.
Spread the
word.
Word.
Lights, Camera, Cocktails.
Fuck. All right. So I don't know how this scene's gonna go, but
oh my god,
let's do this. Oh my god, I need a glass of water and a shower right now.
Dibs.
You go first. Yeah, go first.
Brother's got work in the morning.
I understand. I'm going to have a nice hungover sleep tomorrow.
Dude.
All right.
So I'm so glad that we've done so many episodes of this that we can kind of do this while we're drunk. Because this is a different kind of drunk that I'm feeling right now.
And we're not even drinking gin.
We're
and
not.
That usually is the fucked up.
That's the one that fucks with me. That's the one that gives me muscle spasms.
I don't like it.
Chest pains and shit.
I found some other ones that had gin in it. And I was like,
no.
Yeah, and I found this one. It had no gin in it. Just brown shit.
Okay, you ready to do this scene?
No.
It's Christmas month, people. We're getting to December. It is time to do our Christmas movies, and I'm very excited about the lineup that we have.
Well,
we've chosen some great movies for you.
Where have you gone?
Oh,
another year older. All right, that's next year. Next week.
Next week.
A new one just begun. A very Merry Christmas.
Very, very Merry
Christmas.
I'm so drunk.
And a Happy New Year.
Oh, you got such a better voice than I do.
Oh, thank you. You make me feel good.
Okay, where's my phone? I gotta call you.
Okay.
Oh my god! And I have to do this motherfucking accent right now. Are you kidding me?
I'm just making sure I say the name correctly.
I'm gonna say this right now, people. I have never attempted to learn how to do this accent, so I'm sorry if it comes out bad.
You guys will get what he's getting at. I just want to say that you'll get what he's trying to do.
Oh my god. Okay.
Especially at his last line.
And we had this memorized, but we're fucking drunk right now.
That's why I'm re-looking at the name because I mess it up. Sober me mess it up.
You want to read it over real quick?
No,
We're just gonna go for it.
We're fucking hitting it and quitting it.
Okay, but don't go off of the script. Go off of memory. We got this. You got this. I believe in you.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Merry Christmas, Langston residents.
Hi, Ted?
Hey, Howard. Hey, buddy. How's it going? How's it going out there? Everything okay?
Yeah, fine. Ted, I need to speak to Liz. Can you get her on the phone, please?
This cookie, excuse me. Your wife's cookies are out of this world.
Well, who told you could be eating my cookies?
Well, I'm helping out in the kitchen, and Liz is baking up a storm.
Ted, listen to me. I need to speak to my wife. Can you get her on the phone, please?
I think she's in the shower. You want me to go get her, Howard?
No! I mean, no. That's fine. On your way out, tell her that I'm going to be a few minutes late, but she shouldn't worry.
Why would she worry? I'm here. Oh, your cookies. I gotta get the recipe from your wife.
Put that cookie down! Now! God damn it!
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
All right, you guys. That's all we got. That's it. We done.
Oh my god.
I'm tired.
So drunk and
I'm
tired. Drunk. Honestly, I could use a beer and a lie down.
I could use some water and a lie down.
All right, you guys. We are out of here. We tried to get this done as quick as possible.
I'm sorry.
Wasn't that quick, but then again, it's not a quick movie.
It's not.
Very detailed movie. We love you guys. We thank you. We appreciate you. Please keep listening to us and keep spreading the word that is Lights Camera Cocktails. We are out of here until next week.
Yes.
We will see you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Janice Rossi.
Oh, Janice fucking Rossi.
R and 4 and 2 R. You are a whore.
Wow.
Get your own man.
You really are a funny guy.